Morning, folks. How are we all doing? Hello to everyone who's here early. The Valyar Unlimited, the Warpler, Mamadou 53 Nights Decision. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I hope you're all festive, getting ready for Christmas or Hanukkah. I don't know what the other ones. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa is Kwanzaa one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know festive things. That's not Christmas. Hello, Yumoya. Hello, little bubs. How is everyone doing? Hello, Ollie. How are you? How are you? Hello, Daniel. Tonight is the start of Yule. Okay. I don't. I don't really know. I know Christmas. I know Christmas Day. That's a point. That's unfortunately that's about the extent of my knowledge. Hello, Unlimited Game Works. Ooh, how are you? And cool, Daniel. I'm glad that you watched it. I hope that you liked it. Actually, I was going to talk about Avatar a wee bit tonight, just kind of whilst I'm rambling away a wee bit. Just in general. Because I actually went back and I rewatched it again because a couple of my friends wanted to go back and see it. They wanted to see it in 4DX, super high def, big screen, super amazingnesses with like 3D glasses and all that malarkey. And it was an interesting experience. It's one I'd never dealt with that before. I'd never done the 4DX majigger thing. So yeah, it was interesting. Hello Sierra as well. How are you? And hello Sad Dog. The stream started at 6:30. Yeah, I put out a community post saying that I got away a wee bit earlier, so I was going to start it an hour earlier. Just because 11:30 is kind of late for me anyway. That's usually about the time I start. Usually I start between like 10:30 and 11:30ish. But just because it was a wee bit free earlier, I thought, why not? We'll start earlier. Doesn't mean we'll go longer. Probably will because it's me and we spend ages doing this. But why not? Hello Anthony. Hello Vacuous. Hello Neil. Hello Syed. How is everyone doing? Who do you think is going to fuck with Boogie on Christmas? I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone at all. Almost at 2.5, growing fast. Thank you very much, little pubs. Yeah, the growth since October in particular has been kind of ridiculous and kind of silly. It's been weird to keep up with, especially during the period where it's like, oh, Christmas is a crazy time for YouTubers and everyone should be out rushing and making lots of videos. And I'm just like, I'll just do like 3 videos because I just was like, I'm kind of busy, so whatever. Hey Lisa, hello Barbary, hello I have a mustache. Yes, hello Fry Guy as well. How are you? So yeah, it's been going pretty well. It's been going pretty good. Been happy with the channel recently. Unfortunately, the last 2 videos I put in Boogie, both of the videos I ended up reacting to were kind of dull, if I'm being honest. Hopefully my reaction made them a wee bit more entertaining. But yeah, is there hope video, whatever one over here, what was it? This one, There's Still Hope, on the 3 months after. Both of them, I thought they're going to be more interesting, but both of them are really following his line right now of being kind of just like overly dramatic and talking about therapy a lot. So it's like, okay, they weren't really that funny. Just a recommendation of watching Smoky Mick. I'm glad to hear that, Ollie. I've watched a few Smoky Mick videos, not a huge amount, because he did some stuff on Cyrax, and I saw his recent video on Liquid Chris, or like a Liquid Chris impersonator popping back up again. Hello Fireproof as well. Hello Take Your Meds. Yes, so he's pretty good content creator. Not one I've followed for a long time or anything like that. You need a big fat Xmas bag. Well, guys, are you not excited for the Francis/Boogie Rage ruins Christmas for 2022? I don't know what the Boogie Rage is, unless he's going to do the whole the Trump digital cards. I've heard of it. It's not one I looked into. Like, I never really followed Trump or anything like that, because that's, American politics, so it's never really interesting to me whatsoever. So I never really followed Trump as a president or anything like that, or the whole circus around him. But I have heard about that, and yeah, it seems silly. So someone talked about that recently. I'm trying to remember who it was. I saw someone, like one of my usual people, like pop up recommended. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that, little Bob. I'm glad to hear you like my Avatar review. I do like making movie reviews. Back in the day, I did a few movie reviews. That's me over here. I did a few movie reviews back in the dark days at the start of my career. 7 months ago. Oh, Jesus, so long ago now. Because I talked about the Marvel movies. I talked about Maverick, Firestarter, Resident Evil, Fall. I used to talk about movies more back in the day, but I haven't really watched a huge amount recently. And everything I've seen recently where I'm like, I'd like to talk about that. There are ones where I'm like, I'd like to talk about that because they look like they're ones I'd want to look into more and do like longer reviews of. I don't have a movie playlist for my movie things. I would probably should organize because I don't think I have that many playlists in general. But I really should like sit down at some point and do like an actual breakdown of like movies and stuff like that. What's that white stuff coming out of your potato? It is drool. It is drool. Don't be dark and weird. Don't be dark and weird. But yeah, I need to sit down and make like actually organize like my playlist and stuff like that at some point. Cyrex is modern Chris. He seems to be. I don't know. I've watched not a fair bit of Cyrex stuff, a decent amount of Cyrex stuff. And I don't know. I don't think he's as entertaining as Chris, because Chris was kind of fun. Chris was kind of fun, and he was a wee bit silly, and he's a wee bit goofy, and everything like that. But I don't know. I don't think a lot of the, I don't know. I just think a lot of his stuff is just like mean-spirited and weird and aggressive, and just lots of him screaming over people. Especially anytime he like talks to like the music biz Marty guy, he just screams a lot. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I wasn't super fussed on it. Hello Mortem as well, and hello AI Al. Yes, I didn't know who Boogie existed 2 weeks ago. That's the thing with me, like, because I never followed. Like, people know I never followed Boogie until like 8 months ago, like March April time when he came out and did the whole like end of his court date thing, and that's when I started like looking at him. He's third generation nonce. I have heard that. Yes, I have heard. Well, I didn't hear about this, like the top generation of the three. I didn't hear about grandparents or anything. I heard about his dad. And hello, Occam, how are you? He's not getting merry-go-round, the same things over and over. That's exactly true. Yeah, Cyrex it seems to be fairly repetitive in a lot of ways. And I tried to sit and watch some of his live streams, like just directly without like, I don't know, someone commentating over them or someone discussing them. And a lot of them was just him like playing music awkwardly and singing really badly, and he's not even like a fun kind of bad singing like Christian was like a fun type of bad singing, but he's just not fun. He's not enjoyable in that way. But yes, so I went back and I watched Avatar again in 4DX. Watched it earlier on, and it was good. Like the experience in 4DX was weird. 4DX is like, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like the moving chairs, and like the chair like violently assaults you occasionally, and it sprays water in your face and everything like that, and it was kind of weird. It was just kind of weird. King Cobra is fun. I like watching King Cobra. The 4DX was weird for Avatar because I've never had 4DX before, and we got in, sat down in the chair starts like flipping around. Hello Curious as well. And hello, Strange Coaster Outdoors. The chair just kind of flips around, and it's meant to make you feel like you're there in the action. But like when you're sitting there in like a cinema with a drink and like popcorn or something like that, and it starts whipping you around the place, it's very uncomfortable at times. And my favorite bit is like during some like the later fights in the movie, like there's like a hand-to-hand fight. It's not overly interesting, not a very good fight, but like the movie's like trying to get you involved in it, and it's like throwing you around, and it does not feel like it's at all deserved for how bad that fight is. The water spray in the face was quite cool. It was a bit immersive. Anytime there's like a punch, like you got like your chair, like like those vibrating like massage chairs you can sit in, it like suddenly went like thumped you in the back. Is it like IMAX? It's like IMAX, but the chair goes fucking boogaloo at the same time. You'd rather have a normal chair. That's the thing, Sad Dog. I wasn't sure. The movement was okay at times, but sometimes it was just like, I am just being flung around here whilst I'm trying to focus on this fucking movie, Yeah, mechanical bull with food and drinks. I just kind of want to sit here and watch the movie and enjoy myself, but every once in a while the chair decides to fucking soccer punch me in the back of the head. Or when the machine gun was going off and they're shooting in the movie, they keep shooting like jets of air into your face to try and like simulate like a machine gun going off, and like the light was flashing in your face, and it's just like, I just stop it, just stop it. Like some of it was really cool, some of it was really bad. I don't know if I changed my opinion really watching the movie again. Sometimes I do. Sometimes, if you go back and watch. Cause I remember Live, Die, Repeat, The Edge of Tomorrow, the Tom Cruise movie that's based on the manga. I remember the first time I watched that, I really didn't like it, but the second time I watched it, I actually got into it, and I've seen it a few more times since then, and I actually really enjoy it now. Avatar was like, maybe I'll enjoy it the second time. Maybe I'll enjoy it the second time. I'll make a follow-up video if, like, the spectacle of the 4DX has made it better for me. Hello, April, how are you? It just didn't. It just didn't. Because at times I was like, the start of the movie, the first bit of Avatar, is fine. It's fun enough, you know. It's a good solid. Hello, it's a good fun start of a movie. If the movie was like half the length and it was more like the first bit, I actually think it would probably be a fairly solid movie. The problem is this: it suddenly grinds to a halt, and there's about an hour to an hour and a half of like a teenage drama of them just sitting around in a village, learning slightly different customs to the customs that they already learned. Just instead of riding a dinosaur, they're riding a fish, and that is like an hour and a half of the movie. And then the final fight is like 15 minutes long, and they instantly beat everyone, and you're like, okay, that wasn't even close to being fun. I know some people have really enjoyed it. A lot of people really enjoy the movie, and that's fucking fine. Some guy in the comments section was, well, I want you to make a movie in January 2023 and talk about how much money it made, and then you'll have to eat your words. And I was like, mate, I couldn't give a shit. Alright, Curious, have a good one, mate, take care. I was like, I literally couldn't give a shit if this movie makes like $3 billion. It doesn't affect me in any way. I'm not going to be like, oh, why is it making... I don't care, it's a movie, like, you know? But weird. It's a weird movie. Maybe the third one will be alright. Would you go review a bad movie? Would I review a bad movie? Yeah. Avatar. I thought Avatar was a bad movie. I thought Fall was a bad movie. That was one of my ones. I talked about the first couple episodes of Resident Evil, the series, when it came out, and I thought that show was genuinely awful. I was going to do a follow-up and finish off the series back then, but that was one of the ones where I was like, actually, I wouldn't mind doing like a deep dive into this and doing like a big video on it at some point. But that's a me kind of thing, you know. Have I seen Barbarian? I have not seen Barbarian. I've heard of it before, and I think the Red Letter Media guys talked about it, but I haven't seen it or anything like that. Like Steven Seagal movie, something like that could be fun. Decision, you find something I love. What would that be? But yeah, I wouldn't mind talking about like, oh man, the Resident Evil series was so bad. I made it one episode. It's terrible, genuinely terrible. But I would like to go into it more. The Room, I like The Room. The Room's fun. Hello, Rents as well. How are you, mate? Batman Returns is like a fun, goofy movie. Is it a Christmas movie? Does it take place at Christmas? Because I know it's like snow in it, I think, but I don't know if it's a Christmas movie. Watch Primal. It's by the guy who made Samurai Jack Primal. I've heard a lot of... I'm pretty sure I've watched things with that before. Is it a cartoon? Primal? Oh, okay. Yes, I've seen that advertised. I've never actually watched it. I liked Samurai Jack. I never watched the redo of it. But yeah, sweet. Okay, I'll stick it on my list. Batman and Robin. Is Batman and Robin the one with Two-Face, or is it the one with Arnie as Mr. Captain Freeze, Mr. Freeze, whatever the hell his name is? Who's your favorite Relative Meter host, and why is it Rich Evans? I like Rich Evans. Rich Evans was one of those ones where, like, the first time I ever watched him, I was just like, oh, that laugh. I'm not really fussed on that laugh, but the laugh really does grow on you. Batman and Robin is the one with bat nipples and bat asses and cod pieces. I think, doesn't Batman Forever also have that? And Bane. Okay, Arnie Poison Ivy. That one's fun. I like that. I like the cheesiness. I like Arnie's cheesy lines. It's not one I'd ever really want to go back and watch, but it's one like I enjoy it occasionally. You know, I watch it and be like, that's funny. But it's not one I'd ever go like, hey, I'm going to sit down tonight and just rewatch that. Do you think Boogeyman will continue acting out symptoms in the future? Like, what symptoms can he act out for that kind of cancer? That's the thing with that one. Like, I don't know if there's specifically symptoms for that. I know he's being weird when he's talking about... Someone mentioned the GoFundMe to him. Leprechaun is funny. Leprechaun is a funny movie. I like Leprechaun in Space. I like Leprechaun in the Hood the most. That's a genuinely very funny movie. It's Leprechaun 3, I think it is, where he goes to Las Vegas. That's probably my favorite one. I think that's a really, really funny. But I think someone mentioned to Boogie should set up a GoFundMe because he's got cancer, and he's like, no, you know, the internet has already spoken, and it's not nice of me to ask for money or ask for help in any way because I'm me and people are mean, all that crap. But he said he might ask once the bills start piling up, and from what I remember, I haven't looked into it since then because I genuinely do not even pretend to care about Boogie's Boogie's cancer thing. But from what I remember of it, it's there's not really treatment for it or anything like that. It's he said he might go on blood thinners to get rid of the potential like clot or heart attack or stroke, which I'm surprised he wasn't already on, especially when he talked about how bad his blood pressure and all was. Have I seen Idiocracy? No, I have not seen Idiocracy. I have not. I've not actually heard of it. I've heard of Terrifier 2, but I haven't actually seen Idiocracy or even heard of it. So I don't know. Unless I don't know, like Boogie would really do bad if he suddenly like realized it didn't get him the sympathy he wanted it and like accelerated the process, because I think at that point like he's on a timeline then of his channel dying. If you accelerate the symptoms and you go like, oh my god guys, it's so bad, I think people will be like, oh my god, I wonder how long until the cancer kills him. And then if he just kind of keeps doing that and hanging out for a while, people will be like, all right, what happened? You went from 0 to 1,000 suddenly, and then you just kind of stopped with the symptoms. You should look up Boogie refuses to sign the meme for a laugh. I am 100% sure that is staged. I have seen that before decision. I am 100% sure that is staged. It just seems like such a Boogie thing to stage because he likes to draw attention to that. Samurai Cop. I haven't seen Samurai Cop. I've seen the other ones. I've seen American Cop and what was it called? It wasn't Gypsy Cop. It was like the Gypsy or something like that. Amir Shervan. I've seen him most of his movies. I haven't seen Samurai Cop. Different cancers cause a range. My mama had colon cancer and another part caused in the states to drain my symptoms. No, I 100% understand, mama, and I'm sorry to hear that. But I just with Boogie, I don't think his like has a lot of treatment or anything like that. I don't think his has a lot of treatment. His is like, oh, but this is something that might affect you in 20 years. You're generally going to be okay. As long as you take, like, blood thinners and, like, lose a bit of weight, you will be okay. Sad Dog, I haven't seen Wednesday. I don't really like the Addams Family. I don't care about the Addams Family, so I just never watched it. I saw the trailer for it and it looked alright, I guess. And I saw the bit everyone memed online about the dance, and I was like, oh okay. I didn't even think the dance was very fun or interesting. Everyone was like, oh my god, it's so cool! And I was like, it's kind of just a dance. What game am I playing at the moment? I am still playing Persona 4. I'm still playing Persona 4. I need to get that finished before Persona 3 Portable comes out, which I think is in January, so I do need to actually plow ahead with that and try and get that finished. I have some more watching to do for my Boogie end-of-year recap thing, so I kind of need to hurry up with that. LTG, Low Tier God, have biffed it out on here on Twitch. Have they? Huh. Have biffed it on here on Twitch? I'm assuming you're not meaning fought, because I'm pretty sure Low Tier God would demolish Cyrex in a fight. Like, what if Boogie heals from mental health and then becomes personal life coach, success, and then good for him if he does. If he suddenly turned his life around. But the biggest problem is even because of his backstory now, even if Boogie suddenly became like an amazing person, I would still be like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're just like playing us here, if you're lying, and this is all a big plan. So I don't really know. And yes, Daniel, Persona 4 is a great game. It is so good. House Flipper? Nah, it's not my type of game. I like time-wasty games, but House Flipper just never looked like my type of game. If I'm going to do something, I'd rather just work on my own house, My kind of simulation time-wasty games would be something like I might do Minecraft very rarely, or used to do Stardew Valley, or like Slime Rancher, or something like that. Those are my time-wasty games. Or even something like Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal Space Program was a game I put quite a lot of time into a few years ago. Downloaded all the mods and all for it and did like full missions and all these things and learned fucking astrophysics and just all that nonsense to try and play. Darkest Dungeon was good. I never played the second one. When it came out, but Darkest Dungeon was a good fun game. I'm one of those guys I really don't like when it. Did I marry anyone in Stardew? I could not remember her name. It was like a blonde chick. that's the best I have. I never watched Terrifier 2. I've heard of Terrifier 2, but I've never watched it. I remember it suddenly popped off like really crazy and was like talked about like all over the place. But it's just not one I ever really sat down and watched. Is it like a killer clown or something like that? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what the poster was. Terrifier 2. I think it was like a killer clown or something like that. Yeah, killer clown. Yeah, I watched the trailer for it. Is there a Terrifier 1? Because I only ever hear people talk about Terrifier 2 and never Terrifier 1. But I watched the trailer for it and I liked the gore they had in it. So the amount of gore seemed interesting. It looked weird. It looked silly. Start with the first one and bring barf bags. I shall do that. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because gore never really does anything for me. Gore never really did anything for me. It doesn't really freak me out. Thoughts on Soygon off a cat? I don't know. I haven't watched them in like years and years and years at this point. And even back then, I only watched a couple of his videos. I only really know of Sargon because of his whole spat with Mr. Medicare, which even then was a bit cringe. You know, like it was probably Mr. Medicare's worst feud because it just was like. Like Mr. Medicare's part of it was generally funny, but like Sargon's responses were generally like really boring and really lame. And it's just like, oh, okay, this wasn't really that funny, you know. From a tater tuber, started a second channel. We would just review Irish films. There's not a lot of Irish films. There's not a lot of Irish films. Just review, what is it, Rawhead Rex or Rawhide Rex or whatever it is, that horror movie that Red Letter Media talked about. I remember watching that, like, I think I was really young when I watched that on TV. It was I don't even. I think it was on Film 4 or something like that. And I watched it because I always remember the scene of them like pissing on the priest. But then people said it's like, oh no, he was actually like ejaculating on the priest. And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm not a member of the Liberalist Party. Thankfully, I do not get involved in politics whatsoever. So I thankfully never got involved or listened to any of like Sargon's politics stuff. I'm trying to remember what I even watched about Sargon. It's probably like a movie review or I'm talking about a show or something like that. I'm whining about wokeism, but it's like I do only think I watched like 2 or 3 of his videos because they weren't really my bag. It's not really what I get into. Like as most people know, if they hang around for a while, I don't really do politics a lot. I don't really talk about politics a lot because politics don't overly interest me. Politics is not really a lot of fun. A lot of famous, well-known Irish soaps. I am honestly trying to think of any well-known Irish soaps I can think of because most of the ones I think of are like British. I like British soaps like EastEnders and stuff like that. Like I don't really think I've ever watched like an Irish soap. No, not really. I've seen a lot of Irish things with people who are Irish in them, but not like Irish, like actual Irish properties. Yes, his brilliant party to save the Western world. Yes, I've heard about it, even though I haven't watched it. So what should we watch at Boogie? See, I was quite tempted because we're getting ready for Christmas here. I was quite tempted to watch his dark Christmas films, the dark Christmas movies to watch instead of Violent Night. Because Violent Night is a movie I saw recently. Irish Spring Bars. I forgot about that. Yes, Boogie does love Irish Spring Bars. So yes, I was thinking we could do the dark Christmas movies to watch instead of Violent Night. Because I watched Violent Night and I did enjoy it. So, I think it's... Oh, Christ. That's a bad start. Watch Fatal Deviation. I hadn't even heard of that. Y'all show me up here, making me feel like I should do more than just sit around and watch Fatal Deviation. Is that the... Oh, that one. Someone's recommended that to me before. Mixed with kicks, guns, motorcycles, and hot babes. Well, you definitely know it's not an Irish product if there's any hot babes in it. Ooh, that's biting commentary. Do you know how I can become a lard? What? I wasn't sure if you're trying to say a lord, you know, like would be one of the lords, but I have no idea. Father Christmas is dense behind him. Yes, that's the thing. Boogie is going to go out and he's going to give away arcade machines and ashamed looking. Someone asked, like, what all do you think Boogie's had sex with? Because the Yoda looks ashamed. Because it's true, the Yoda's not even looking at the camera anymore. But the Yoda's just given up. He's just looked away. Established titles. Oh, like how to become... Wasn't there like a thing recently where someone was claiming that they're selling like plots of land in Scotland to become like a Scottish lord or something like that, and people were shocked to find out that's a scam. And it's like, yeah, like no shit, dude. Like of course it's a scam. He can't sell you something and make you become an Irish, like a Scottish lord straight off the bat. Excited about the low effort Francis video tomorrow. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Also, thank you very much for the super chat, first of all. I'm so excited. Can't wait. The one bit of credit I guess I'll give him is he finally did something that he agreed that he was going to do. Pac-Man obviously is the biggest victim because Pac-Man has a big ass mouth you can put yourself into. Like, so like Pac-Man's asking for it. Like he's just gaping open right there. He's inviting you in. But yeah, no, I love how you always get like 0.01 into the video before you pause. Yeah, I am bad for that. I think it's usually 8 seconds. I think 8 seconds is like the magic mark. Hello, Hillary Clinton, how are you? I think 8 seconds is the magic mark. I seem to notice myself pausing at 8 seconds a lot. So I think 8 seconds is like the golden number for my first like ramble tangent thing. If you're curiosity, have you listened to this Paranormal Life? They are like last podcast on the left, but Northern Irish. No, I have not. Out of curiosity, this Paranormal Life, I have not. Do they talk about paranormal stuff? Because I don't really do paranormal stuff. I don't know. I don't really buy ghosts or anything like that. I don't really go into that. This normal life. That's how we look. See. Burp, burp, burp. Burp. Jesus Christ. Podcast. No, I haven't heard of it before. Oh, is it true crime? Oh, that could be more interesting. I don't mind true crime. True crime would be interesting enough. BB-8 trying to roll at the door. BB-8 has just given up on life. He's just resting his head against the wall, being like, bro, I've seen some things. I've seen some things in here. So yes. What about ghouls and demons? No. Also, I do not believe in kelpies. I'm trying to think of other, like, what other Irishy ones can I think of? Because kelpies, I think, is technically Scottish, and we just kind of stole it a wee bit. I don't believe in giants. I don't believe in Finn McCool. I don't think the Giant's Causeway was actually created by giants. You're baked like an apple pie. I'm so proud of you, Lisa. I'm so proud of you. Good work there. So yes, we'll watch this, and we shall see how it goes with Boogie recommending things. Leprechauns, I do not believe. I do not believe in leprechauns unless they're played by Warwick Davis, and then 100% leprechauns are real, and they hang out with, I think it was Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg.
You know, Santa Claus is dead inside at this point after hundreds of years of people not appreciating my gifts. When it comes to Christmas movies, I only want to watch the dark and twisted stuff. So here's a list of really messed up stuff to help you get through your holidays.
I wonder if he's going to review Violent Night in any way, because like I said, the thing is, I've actually seen Violent Night, and I kind of liked it. It was a solid movie. It was fun enough. I think it was like a 7 out of 10 kind of movie. So I'm kind of curious if he actually goes into it anyway. So we shall see. Fairies? No. No, I do not believe in fairy unless it's used to wash dishes.
You've been naughty, haven't you?
The story of Christmas Carol is dark by nature, just because it has ghosts and spooky things in it and dealing with death. But this version of A Christmas Carol, released back in 1988,
Scrooge?
stars Bill Murray,
Like,
and
really?
involves everything from zombies to...
I don't know if I'd put Scrooged as a dark Christmas movie. Scrooge is a comedy. Scrooge is great fun. Scrooge is it's one of my Christmas go-to movies. I'd watch it pretty much every year. It's kind of a Christmas Day thing we'd watch. It's certainly not dark. It's certainly not dark. Hell, I think a Muppets Christmas Carol is darker than this.
Homeless people freezing to death, to nipples. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a much more modern take of...
Oh my god, guys, nipples! Nipples! I'm 100% sure there was a nipple in my avatar fucking video. I'm 100% sure. Because it was only when I was rewatching the movie a second time, I was like, fuck, you can see nipples every once in a while in these characters. Damn. I was like, really hope I didn't include any of that in my review. I'm not going back and check, but I hope I didn't.
This classic tale, and I never skip a holiday season without...
Muppets Christmas Carol is unironically a fantastic movie. It is also one of my Christmas watches. I fucking love Muppets Christmas Carol.
Watching it now. I also wanted to put a Muppets Christmas Carol on the list because it's a little dark, but Scrooge is so...
Yes! Boogie really is my dad. Boogie really is my dad. Oh, we're on the same wavelength here. Probably it should be a bad thing, but God, come on. The Jim Carrey one, I didn't really like the Jim Carrey one too much. Not even because the CGI was creepy. I just didn't think it was as fun. Like, because there's only so many Christmas carols you can watch before you're like, okay, I've watched too much Christmas Carol. And Scrooged is fantastic. It's a good modern take on it. And if you're doing like the old-timey kind of Christmas Carol, Muppets Christmas Carol is just so much better than like anything out there. It's one of the few ones when it comes out, because every year it kind of gets released in cinema again, and I'm always like, I'm kind of tempted. I'm kind of tempted to get a crew together and go watch Muppets Christmas Carol. You know, like the real man that I am. Home Alone 1 and 2 are amazing. Yeah, they're fun. I'm trying to think. Do I like the third one still? Because I liked the third one when I was younger. And I don't think I do anymore. 1 and 2 are fantastic. They still stand up. But I don't know 3. Die Hard is going to be on here, I bet. Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100% he's going to include Die Hard. And I'm going to say I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Dylan, we are live. Yes, I know. I put up a community post saying it's going to start an hour early. I'm so sorry. But yes, we did start early. Home Alone 3 is not bad. Home Alone 3 is quite fun. Okay, it is about a weapons chip being smuggled by terrorists, and one of them looks like Ross from Friends, and really silly things happen. I liked Home Alone 3. It was fun. It was really fun. Also, wasn't Scarlett Johansson in it, but like a kid or something like that? It was a fun movie. I haven't watched it in a fair while, but I'm pretty sure pretty sure it'll still stand up. Especially when you compare it to the fourth one. Have they made a fifth one yet? Those ones don't stand up. Like the first two are fantastic, and the third one's pretty good.
Much dark.
Nightmare Before Christmas better be here. Okay. I'm okay in chat. I'm genuinely curious. Do we consider Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie? I'm not really sure. Also, Small Soldiers is fantastic. I love Small Soldiers. Small Soldiers is great. It is really good. It is the first time I ever heard the wannabe. Tell me what you really, really want. That kind of thing. I thought it was good fun. You consider it both Christmas, Halloween. Yes. Why not both? Why not both? That's a good point. Childhood trauma. Okay, Boogie. Hybrid. It's both Christmas-ween. Okay. I respect all of your decisions. I'm not even gonna say any of yous are wrong. I'm gonna be like, all right, 100%, cool. Controversial, probably for me. I really don't watch Nightmare Before Christmas too often. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's a crazy girl I used to live with. I think I mentioned her a few times. She fucking loved Nightmare Before Christmas. She wanted to be Sally. And I don't know, maybe that's tainted it for me. It's because her favorite movies were like that, Addams Family, which maybe is also why I don't like Addams Family, and Suicide Squad. So maybe that's the reason why it's kind of tainted for me. And I'm just like, I can't anymore. Because when I lived with her, I saw it a fair few times. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, all emo girls do. Yeah, she certainly fit that bill.
Doesn't matter which version you're watching of A Christmas Carol, it's always going to be a little bit creepy, but I think this might be the creepiest one. Another movie that a lot of people do not remember.
Charlie Brown Christmas Special. Charlie Brown's very much an American thing. I never really saw Snoopy or anything like that, so no. Jack Skellington tattoo is like blue hair to me. She may or may not have had a Jack Skellington and Sally tattoo. I cannot confirm or deny that.
Is a Christmas film is the original Gremlins, and this is a classic that I never skip during the Christmas season. It is dark, it is twisted, it is gross, it is weird, and it seems like it's made for kids, but it has one of the most...
I don't like Gremlins. I'm good. Controversial point. I'm sorry. I do not like Gremlins. Okay? I don't like Gremlins. Gremlins 2 is funny in the meta way, but I don't really particularly like Gremlins. The Snowman's fine. It's fine, but it's not like a fun movie or anything like that. It's a very traditional Christmas movie, but I don't think it's like overly great. I wonder if Lethal Weapon will be on here. Did any Lethal Weapon take place? Did any Lethal Weapon movies take place like during Christmas? Or am I totally wrong? Chantal looks like the Oogie Boogie Man from Nightmare Before... You know what? You're not wrong there. I always like to go with Kingpin, like from the Daredevil show. But yeah, you're right there. Snoopy wasn't the RF. That is a very solid point there. How could I forget that? Lethal Weapon 1 takes place at Christmas. Really? I haven't watched Lethal Weapon in a very long time. I don't know. I didn't like Gibbs. Was that Mel Gibson's character? I cannot remember what his character was called. I never liked the whole... He's a rogue cop. He's like a rogue cop and like, yeah, out in public, and the second he gets home, he like puts a gun in his mouth. I never find that like a fun, endearing character or anything like that. I didn't... Biggs, is that it? Jake, I don't know. Thoughts, Jingle All the Way is a fantastic movie. I'm going to be controversial as fuck. I like Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way is a fantastic movie. It is really fun. It is great watch. It's a great watch at Christmas, okay? Lethal Weapon 6 is... Did they get up to 6? I don't even believe you. They got up to 6. Because I think 4 had Jet Li in it. I think that's the last one I watched because I like Jet Li. I don't even know if I watched 2 and 3. But I definitely watched 4. Because I like Jet Li, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch it solely because Jet Li's in it. Okay, they only went to 4? Okay. Al, you're lying to me. I knew not to believe you. Zalog, you don't like Nightmare Before Christmas? I understand that entirely. Like I said, I think I'm kind of tainted on it. Lethal Weapon, I don't know which one it was meant to be, but Die Hard 3 is technically a Lethal Weapons movie. That's why he got a black sidekick in it. Because originally the script for Die Hard 3 was meant to be a script for Lethal Weapon. Now, I'm not actually sure what Lethal Weapon it was. If it was meant to be like Lethal Weapon 5 or like a new one or whatever happened with it. But I remember that the script for Die Hard 3 was originally meant to be a Lethal Weapons movie. And that's why he got a black sidekick. So I have no idea. Hillary Clinton, if you're a Lethal Weapons expert, I'm sure you can confirm or deny everything I just said there. I honestly may be making it up. I have no idea.
Messed up and darkest scenes of any movie ever. And you know the one I'm talking about, where Kate is describing how her father passed?
Firemen came and broke through the chimney top, and me and Mom were expecting them to pull out a dead cat or a bird, and instead they pulled out my father.
Next up is bad.
Why would you describe that as like the darkest scene in any movie ever, and then you cut to Gizmo going like that kind of takes away the seriousness of that scene. That's silly. That is genuinely silly. Die Hard 3 is a lot of fun. I didn't like Die Hard 3 when I first watched it, maybe because it was just so different from Die Hard 1 and 2. But I do enjoy Die Hard 3, but I'm trying to think. Because I kind of like 4. I kind of like Die Hard 4 still. Die Hard 5 is an absolute fucking nightmare. I don't like Die Hard 5 in any way. But Die Hard 3 is solid. But I am 100% sure that I probably, maybe at one point, possibly 50% sure, heard that it was meant to be a Lethal Weapon movie. Maybe I'm wrong.
Bad Santa, starring Billy Bob Thornton, and a fat kid. And I'm going to relate to any fat kid. And this movie...
Haha! Guys, do you get it? He's fat! Fuck me sideways. That's so lame. That's so lame. He's like, oh, guys, there's a fat kid in this movie, and you know what that means. I'm going to relate to a fat kid. That's so cool. That's so interesting. That's really interesting. Anytime there's like a Northern Irish person or like an Irish person in a movie, I don't go like, oh my god, that's an Irish person. I relate. Mainly because like they're all like awful fake accents. Did you say fuck me sideways? I always say fuck me sideways is my thing. I always say fuck me sideways. I don't know why. I don't know where I picked it up, but I've said fuck me sideways for a very long time. Yeah. Those are horrific Christmas movies, the shitty romance ones they make every year. My mom, for a while, got really into like the Hallmark like Christmas movies that are all like the exact same movie just over and over and over again. My mom got really into those, so when we used to go around to fucking hang out for Christmas and everything like that, she'd always be watching them, and it was just startling how every single time I would show up, it would be like playing, and I was just like, is this? Are you watching the same movie again? It's like, oh no, this is a different one. It's a different one. It's just exactly the same storyline.
Is kind of off the rails at points. It's definitely got some adult language. It's definitely got some adult themes, so I would not necessarily watch this one with your kids. I'd also like to tell you it's a tale of redemption where, Billy Bob Thornton's character learns all about the meaning.
Is this meant to be dark? Does he equate, like, I don't know, like, is this dark? Would we consider this dark? Like, I would consider, like, Krampus a dark Christmas movie. I don't wonder if he's going to put Krampus on the list. I would consider like Krampus a dark Christmas movie because I wouldn't even include Die Hard as a dark Christmas movie. Die Hard's not like overly gory. It's not overly like sexual or somber. Like dark is like a mood. It's more vulgar than dark. Yeah, Chad, 100%. Like dark is like grim dark Warhammer 40k. To fuel the Golden Throne, 1,000 people are sacrificed every day. That's dark. That's grim dark. Okay. This is like, oh, he drinks and he says swear words. It's like, okay, that means my stream's dark. Like I've sworn a lot and I'm drinking a beer right now. Guys, welcome to the dark Christmas show for the ThatDarnIrishMan YouTube channel. Because I don't know, apparently for Boogie, this is what qualifies as dark. We went from being like, so someone describes how their dad died in a horrible way to like, oh, Billy Bob Thornton swears a wee bit and he punches a reindeer. It's like, oh god, dark. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Black Christmas, Santa Claus. I've never seen Santa Claus. Silent Night, Deadly Night is good fun. I'm just gonna have to go with the Garbage Day thing. But that's not as long as I suppose. Yeah, Mama Day, that's the thing. He's considered this a dark Christmas movie when like other people say it's just vulgar. It's just a bit of swearing.
Christmas, but I do not want to spoil this movie for you. But it is absolutely one you should watch. Die Hard is also an action thriller, but it's also a Christmas movie. Don't forget.
But it's not a dark movie. That's the problem. It's not dark. Fine, if you want to say like alternative Christmas movies to watch instead of Violent Night, which he hasn't even mentioned yet, by the way. Like the opening skit, I'm assuming was a reference to it. Hello, Cage. Yes. Well, you're not late. I am early, so I'll let you off for this one. Has he watched the movies or is he going off reviews? That's actually a good point, Barbary. I forgot about his amazing way of like reviewing video games recently, where it is just like, oh, I heard it was bad, so it must be bad, guys. Hello, average hyena enjoyer. Much like the creature known as Boogie2988, the spotted hyena can eat up to 3 times its own body weight. That's a fantastic fact, and I appreciate you sharing that. And I also appreciate that you connected it in with the topic of our video here today. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat, dude. I greatly appreciate it, mate. Hope Jingle All the Way is on his list. For not dark some of these other ones are, Jingle All the Way might have been because there was a terrorist attack in it, okay? There was a terrorist attack sent through a bomb. There was a mail bomb that went off and blew up a bunch of cops. You may as well, there's a kid get kidnapped and someone tried to murder a child for a toy. You may as well include that as a dark Christmas movie. If Die Hard's a dark Christmas movie and Bad Santa's a dark Christmas movie.
This is a Christmas movie. People argue that it's more of an action thriller, that it's more about the violence and everything else, and that's true, but don't forget it takes place at Christmas. So if you're just looking for an excuse to rewatch Die Hard, the holidays is the perfect excuse. This comedy...
Out of all the arguments you can make as to why Die Hard is a Christmas movie, just saying, oh, well, it takes place at Christmas is a terrible excuse. Like, ho, 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 now I have a machine gun, the whole Santa thing. The movie literally only happens because it's a Christmas party, and that's why they targeted it. All that kind of stuff. There's Christmas songs in it. You know, Al wants to get home. He doesn't want to be there. He wants to get home to spend time with his family. John McClane's only there because he's going to visit his family for Christmas. Oh, well, it happens, you know, around December is a bad reason for why it's a Christmas movie. All the other things that happen is why it's a Christmas movie, okay? Part 1 is a favorite. I think I agree with you now, because I used to think Part 2, Die Hard 2, was the best. Because I really enjoyed the airport thing and all. I think that, yeah, I do. Looking back on it, I think Die Hard 1 is probably still the best. Oh my god, is Jingle All the Way here? This is a scene from Jingle All the Way. No, it's not. Sorry, I just remember all the cops pointing guns.
It's from when I was very, very young. This gives you an...
Yeah, sorry, I just remember... Whoopsie. I saw a black guy with lots of cops pointing guns at him, and I thought it was fucking Jingle All the Way, you know, the bit where they're broken into the... It was like, I don't know why, I just, in my head, immediately assumed it was Jingle All the Way. I actually don't know what this movie is, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you all down here. Why is he offering alternatives to Violent Night? It is fun. It is fun, Cage. He hasn't actually mentioned Violent Night at all yet, Cage. He is just saying it's Christmas and there are movies you can watch, and he started listing movies. That is the long and short of it. He really hasn't explained why you shouldn't watch Violent Night or even mentioned it by name once.
Idea of how old I was. I would watch this every Christmas when they would play it on HBO as a kid.
Okay, I've heard of Trading Places. I never watched it. I'm not super fussed on Eddie Murphy. I like Beverly Hills Cop a lot, but I'm not super fussed on Eddie Murphy.
It's got Dan Aykroyd, it's got Eddie Murphy in it, so you know this film has to be good, but it is about a person who's very...
Okay, Pluto Nash had Eddie Murphy in it, and Dan Aykroyd, I'm going to just say is Dan Aykroyd, so that's no guarantee of success right there.
Rich made poor, and someone who's very poor made rich, all for the Christmas season, for the purposes of a bet. It's directed by John Landis, so you know it's going to be good, and just about everything about this film is amazing. And to me, it's another Christmas classic. If you've never watched it and you're looking for something new to watch this year with a dark comedy slant, this is probably right up your alley.
It doesn't seem like a dark comedy. I don't know, what does he consider dark comedy? You know? Also, he still hasn't mentioned Krampus. I'm going to make a point. He still has not mentioned Krampus, and if you're talking about dark Christmas movies, Krampus is a dark Christmas movie. It is a very dark Christmas movie. It is actually dark. And Krampus is fucking great.
Prostitutes is played by Jamie Lee Curtis. It's got parties, it's got drugs, it's got...
Of course, Boogie has to mention the prostitutes. Okay, Boogie, we know you're thirsty this time of year. Calm your tits.
Money, it's got Wall Street corruption. It's got everything in it that you could want from a Christmas film. Now, if you're a fan of Stanley Kubrick, and you're looking for something with a very adult theme to it, did you know that Eyes Wide Shut also takes place during a Christmas?
So that doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie! That doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie. Just because it takes place at Christmas doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie. That is dumb. That is genuinely dumb. If it's to make it a Christmas movie, there has to be some Christmas themes to it. You know? There has to actually be Christmas themes to it. Just because it takes place at Christmas, that's like saying The Shining is a Christmas movie because it's snowy and it takes place during the winter. That's fucking stupid.
If you're looking to snuggle up with your significant other, your person, and enjoy getting laid under the Christmas tree, then I think this is a perfect movie for you. I've watched it a couple of times. The plot doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't really understand what's going on, but boobs. Christmas boobs. I like Christmas boobs. Speaking of dating myself.
Okay, well, whoever guessed Lethal Weapon, congratulations, Lethal Weapon is there. What? What? What review was that? Boobs. Boobs, guys. Just so you know, there are breasticles in this movie. That woman is wearing a very not flattering, very not sexy bra and panties. So yeah, did he just steal a BuzzFeed list? It feels like this. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert in like dark Christmas movies. I guarantee I could make a better list than this. If I sat down and fucking made a Christmas list, I guarantee I could pick some better movies than like, oh well, Eyes Wide Shut happened. Booba, 10 out of 10. You know what, Decision? I'm gonna rethink my stance and agree with you there. Boogie is right. It is a 10 out of 10 movie.
Lethal Weapon from 1987.
He stole the list from Movie Phone. You're being compared. Fuck's sake. Mama D, good work. You've earned the detective badge tonight. God damn. And it makes sense that he's just going to steal from someone else. Like, he doesn't do any of his other work. Like, when he reviewed Saints Row, he just read someone else's article on and then played someone else's review in the background.
Is another Christmas film. Includes Mel Gibson even going absolutely nuts in a Christmas tree lot. There's definitely some dark themes to this one specifically. Mel Gibson considering deleting himself throughout the film because he's having trouble getting through the holiday season with his ex-wife. So bit of a trigger warning there for the people who are sensitive about that type of thing. But in the end,
imagine Boogie being the one to be, guys, just so you know, guys, trigger warning. Trigger warning in case there's anyone, who might be suffering with that. Boogie's the type of guy who just randomly in the middle of a video talks about killing himself. And like, Mock puts like a finger gun to his head and pretends to pull the trigger and stuff like that. But now he's here being like, trigger warning, guys. If you are going to watch Lethal Weapon, this very mainstream movie, trigger warning, just to trigger your warnings, there may be some form of reference. Bro, you could be talking about Jolly Ranchers and talk about how you wanted to fucking kill yourself. You're not the person to be suddenly being like, there's a trigger warning for this movie, by the way. There should be a trigger warning for every one of your fucking videos. I'm amazed you haven't mentioned it in this video talking about Christmas movies. That's silly. 17 Christmas movies that are dark. I'm going to actually look that up here. We're going to play it, because I don't remember how many he's listed so far. So let's have a wee Jeffrey joke here. Okay, which ones has he not mentioned here? Okay, guys, I'm gonna look at this list here quickly. Oh god, even Eyes Wide Shut, you're right, Mama D. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ice, okay. Some odd ones. Oh, there's an Irishy one in Bruges. Okay, so the ones he hasn't mentioned here yet, guys. Okay, we're gonna go for this one here. Trigger warning, sentient talking potato. That's the thing. I upset a lot of people. They don't like it when their food talks back to them, but I tell them to fuck off. So, Batman Returns. What else? The Ice Harvest, which I've never even heard of before. In Bruges, It's a Wonderful Life. Krampus, of course. But not. Why do they have in this? Why do they not have the picture of the real Krampus? They've got like a silly, weird, ugly-looking Krampus. What else? Less Than Zero. One Magic Christmas. Rare Exports, A Christmas Deal. I've never even heard of that before. The Ref. Fuck. I've never even heard of that before. Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay. Well, some of the ones he's mentioned haven't been on that list. I believe. I do not remember entirely anymore, but I'm sure. Boogie would 20 gauge kill you. Yeah, the man who can bring down the mood even on the PKA podcast.
I do think it has a very uplifting, positive message, and the entire movie starts with a poisoned hooker. So you can't go wrong with this one.
There's 2 movies in a row Boogie's talked about fucking hookers.
There's lots of explosions, gun violence, bad guys, and of course, Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. 2 of my favorites, even if they have both probably been canceled by now. And then going all the way back to the beginning of cinema.
Oh my god, yep.
The classic Christmas Tale is one of the darkest ones ever made.
Is It's a Wonderful Life dark? Because I don't think it's dark. It is an uplifting movie. I don't consider it dark, okay? And yes, they were. I don't know about Danny Glover, but I know Mel Gibson specifically was cancelled. Based on 2 short films. Okay, cool. I've never heard of it before. All I saw in that thing, the 17 Christmas movies that are dark AF by Movie Phone that Mama very thankfully listened to me. It shows Santa in a cage. It shows Santa in a cage and a bunch of hillbilly looking fuckers with rifles. So I'm assuming they're exporting Santa, I guess. Thank you very much for Super Chats. 2 first. Daniel Curtis first. 1 for me and 1 for the hooker. Thomas B, thank you very much as well. 8 Crazy Nights is darker than most of this. Do you know what? You're right. He 100% would argue that that's a Hanukkah movie and not a Christmas movie. 100%. But to be fair, Boogie's so insensitive, he probably would consider that just a Christmas movie anyway. I remember I used to really like 8 Crazy Nights. Even like the terrible like music, I actually used to see it. All Through the House. I have not even heard of it. All Through the House. I used to think I was big into movies until you guys showed up. And now I think I'm dumb and lame. And you're all hurting my feelings because I'd never heard of half of these movies before. Is it like a Santa Claus serial killer thing? Because that looks cool. Actually, I really like the design of the Santa here. Yeah, I quite like the look of this. I will have to check this out. It looks bloody. Oh, that looks cool. I will have to check this out. Thank you very much for the suggestion, Lisa Bear. I have like 6 tabs open on my other screen here. It's just like stuff. Fake fan. That's the thing. You think you're a real movie fan? Name every movie. Can you give us a Daddy Hurts Me? Are we talking about the singing wise? Like, Daddy hurts me. Daddy hurts me. Daddy hurts me. Oh, there you go. There's a daddy hurt you for you, Sam.
And that is It's a Wonderful Life. A story about a man wanting to delete himself and finding out as to why he shouldn't. I watched this one for the first time this year.
Well, since the lore is that Boogie is my dad, I think technically he does hurt me. So I have had to watch many of his streams, so I do think that is a form of abuse. So I do think Daddy does, in fact, hurt me, if we're talking about this. Now do it for 20 minutes straight? I should do it for 20 minutes straight, just like the original, yeah. And then, I don't know, what other thing? I should do the... Ride the mouse thing that he does every once in a while. Which I'm actually going to say, I quite like the Ride the Mouse. For his like lame karaoke that he does every time, I actually quite like Ride the Mouse. I don't know, I don't remember any of the lyrics. It's always something I have on the background. But I actually do like Ride the Mouse. So, Boogie, if you're listening, that's 2 compliments I've now given you. 1, I like your Ride the Mouse. And 2, I like your rapping, especially when it's about Hitler. There you go.
Believe it or not, and it really, really spoke to me, and it might speak to you as well. I think it really does give you the true meaning of Christmas in a very dark way.
It's not a dark... Wait.
Batman Returns.
That was the top movie on this fucking list. He really is just doing this list. He really... Mama D, you good work there. You caught this well, and everyone say good work to Mama D. Like, she got this 100%. This is legit just going through that list. Because some of these are too odd. Like, some of these are genuinely too odd. Like, I would never think Batman Forever for, like, or Returns, I can't even remember which one he said anymore, for a Christmas movie. You know?
Is an excellent sequel, not as good as the original, but it is also a Christmas movie. And the highlights of this film include Michelle Pfeiffer as an okay Catwoman, Danny DeVito as a very unique...
As an okay Catwoman? What a weird way to say that. What an odd compliment to give. It's like the highlights of this movie is someone was okay. That's fantastic. God, that's so good. Oh, Christ almighty. How can Boogie like compliments people in like the meanest way possible? Like you said, unlimited. It's like what an underhanded compliment. It's so weird. Like okay, straight up, as an okay Catwoman, what other Catwoman have we got? We got Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, which most people consider the best version of it. She's a bit Tim Burton weird for me, but I think she's very good at it. I haven't seen the new Batman yet. I literally have it recorded and I have not watched it yet. The woman in what Dark Knight Rises or whatever that fucking awful movie, she was Catwoman, wasn't she? She was terrible. And then Halle Berry, like you said, Cage. So Michelle Pfeiffer apparently is average. She's in the middle there. She's in the middle there of Catwoman. So like, is she better or worse than Halle Berry? That's what I want to know. Out of everything on Boogie's grading scale here, is Halle Berry better or worse? That's fantastic. That's a good point, Hillary Clinton. I should have thought about that. She's probably she's not wearing revealing enough clothes for Boogie there. Oh Christ! This is actually, I've actually enjoyed this video. This has been a good video to watch on stream because we're all having a good time making fun of it because this is fucking silly. So what next are we guessing he's going to have his next video? Because he did Batman Returns, Eyes Wide Shut, Gremlins, Die Hard, Scrooged, Bad Santa. So the next one's okay. We got the Ice Harvest even in Bruges, Krampus, Less Than Zero, One Magic Christmas, Rare Exports, or The Ref, or Silent Night, Deadly Knife. So we got like 7. Oh, okay, we still got a bunch more he could possibly pull here.
Unique penguin, and this has that Tim Burton feel and look that you're probably looking for in a Batman film, and it's absolutely
that you're. But that is what a weird way to say that. Oh, it has the weird Tim Burtonness that you probably want in a Batman movie. What? That's just a weird thing to say. Jack Frost. Okay. When you say Jack Frost, which Jack Frost are you talking about? Are you talking about the Michael Keaton Jack Frost movie where it's like heartwarming? Or are you talking about the one where he like rapes a woman with his carrot nose? I'm not sure which one you consider darker of those two. The Killer Snowman, I thought so, yeah.
One of the classics. Now, I will say, if you're looking for a superhero fix, maybe Hawkeye on Disney Plus is a little bit more up your alley, but if you're looking for something old school, you're looking for something DC, and you're looking for something really messed up with a Christmas background to it, Batman Returns is an excellent choice. Another all-time classic film that has been...
I like the Jack Frost, where he like is like a weird rapey guy who rapes someone with his carrot nose. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
absolutely meaned to death is American Psycho. Once again, this is a Christmas film. You forget that this movie takes...
Okay. All right, Mama D. Just say he broke his pattern here. He's not doing his the list anymore. He's now doing American Psycho randomly. Hello, Marathon Guy. How are you, mate? All of us internet friends are doing so well. By the way, guys, I love you. Just so you know, guys, I love you. I love you all. I love you. See, Boogie, that means I can't. Apparently, I can't. That means I'm not a Republican. I must be a Democrat, so you can't call me QAnon anymore, okay, Boogie? Because I said I love you to someone. Because, Boogie, that's how that works, isn't it? I'm not sure if anyone's seen, but Boogie got really upset because people apparently were memeing him and saying that he was right-wing because of his recent video on his political compass, which I haven't done yet. And he got upset about it and said he can't be a Republican because he tells people he loves them and he's nice to people. It was, for a guy who's arguing how mentally stable he is and how like therapy has like caused him to not to care or be upset about anything anymore. He got so upset that someone had suggested he was right wing that he literally says Republicans can't say that they love people. It's so weird.
Placed at Christmas, but it absolutely does. It's another film that I finally sat down and watched this year for the first time, and I think it'll be in rotation forever. It is dark, it is twisted, it is the source of hundreds of thousands of memes, as it should be, and if it has not been watched by you yet, you've got to watch it this Christmas, and if you watched it before, add it to your Christmas rotation. It's super messed up.
I liked all those, those shots of Christmas, the Christmas things and Santa and all, and that Christmas movie that he's telling people they should watch for a Christmas movie. How the fuck is American Psycho a Christmas movie? Is this Edward Scissorhands? Is it going to be Edward Scissorhands? Is that a Christmas movie? Is Edward Scissorhands? I know it takes place during the snow, but it's not one I ever thought it was like, oh, this is a Christmas movie.
Now, I absolutely didn't want to put two Tim Burton films on this list. That's one of the reasons I avoided A Nightmare Before Christmas, but A Nightmare Before Christmas just isn't that dark to me. However...
Bro! You put Die Hard on the list. You put fucking Gremlins. You put Bad Santa. You put Trading Places. But The Nightmare Before Christmas with monsters and ghosts and people dying isn't dark enough for you. Bro.
Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas film, and it is exceptionally dark. I mean, it's family-friendly enough to where most people know this character, and he's kind of been in the American lexicon.
Can you really say it's incredibly dark, but it's also a kid's movie? I don't really think those two work together. Like, you can have something that's dark for a kid's movie. Like Gremlins is kind of dark for what I would say is a kid's movie, but like saying it's an incredibly dark movie, also it's a kid's movie, doesn't really work for me.
For quite some time, but don't forget how dark this movie is, and don't forget it is definitely a Christmas film you should consider adding to your rotation. Maybe, and finally, this is mostly just an excuse to recommend.
Maybe just like I don't know, explain in any way why that's a Christmas movie. Like I could like The Brave Little Toaster. Do you know what? I'm sure at some point there's snow in The Brave Little Toaster, so fuck it, why not? There's a Christmas movie too, you guys. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, here's a toaster. At least I think I could justify why certain things are Christmas movies. He's never seen it. He probably saw a screenshot from the Christmas party scene. Well, he just said he watched it for the first time. Admittedly, he didn't explain anything about the movie, so everything he said is like most surface level thing. The thing's got snow in it, Kurt Russell. Exactly. There you go, Unlimited Blade Works. Unlimited Blade Works. I'm sorry, it's because your picture's from the Blade Works. Unlimited Gamer Works. Like, yeah, exactly. The Thing, it's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie, guys. So, there you go. The Thing's a Christmas movie because it's snowy and he drinks whiskey and I drink whiskey at Christmas, so that must mean it's a Christmas movie. So there we go, guys. Christmas movie confirmed.
recommend one of my favorite movies of all time, The Princess Bride. If you've not seen this movie and you're into fantasy, or you're a fan of Andre the Giant, you're just gonna absolutely adore this film. If you have seen it,
Is it a
Christmas is a
Christmas
good
movie?
excuse to go back and watch it, because technically
Snow Dogs, fantastic Christmas movie. Balto, fantastic Christmas movie. Both of them take place in the snow. What else takes? Ice Queen takes place in the snow. Snowmageddon takes place in the snow. Ice Spiders also takes place in the snow. Snow Shark also takes place in the snow. All very good Christmas movies. I appreciate all of them.
the telling of this tale, the reading of that book, takes place during the Christmas season. It's very...
Imagine being like, this story was told to your kid at Christmas time, so that it means it is a Christmas movie. Imagine. Like, imagine. Do you know what? Hello Travis, how are you? Cool Runnings, Christmas movie. Obviously it's a Christmas movie as well. Fantastic Christmas movie. Goodfellas had a Christmas party in it. There you go. Goodfellas is also a Christmas movie. What other Christmas movies are we going to have here today, guys? Starship Troopers. They were in space. Space is very cold. Do you know what's also cold? Christmas. There you go. Boom. Christmas movie. Starship Troopers is a Christmas movie. That means Starship Troopers 2 and 3 also Christmas movies. What other movies are we... Genuinely, what other movies can we do this for? The Revenant. Very cold in The Revenant. Definitely the Christmas movie. Dead Snow. Mixing two of Boogie's favourite things together. Christmas and Nazis. The Day After Tomorrow. Another fine Christmas movie. Aliens also a Christmas movie because, yeah, once again, it is cold in space. Santa Claus. Yeah, okay. Passion of the Christ. Well, guys, I think the first part of Christmas may mean that the Passion of the Christ is a Christmas movie, guys. Big Guy and Ready gives stuff for free. Sounds like communism's Christmas. But the problem with that patriotic cat is communism directly goes against Boogie's favorite religion, which is Nazism. So I don't really think we. I know you tried there, but I don't think we can include communism with our Christmas, because that goes against Boogie's nice National Socialist opinion of things. Schindler's List includes Nazis, and Boogie likes Nazis and Christmas, so I'm assuming it's a Christmas movie as well. Exorcist, it involves Christianity. Christianity comes from Christian, so Christmas, I'm assuming, there you go. Fuck it.
Very loosely a Christmas film, but it's kind of dark, it's kind of twisted, and it's kind of amazing. And it's a must-watch.
That's the thing, Tumorfish. Smell napalm in the morning. A lot of people buy really nice candles for Christmas, and things smell like Christmas. So if you're smelling something, obviously it means it's Christmas time. Like, come on, guys. Come on. The Shining, Cage, we already covered that. Don't worry. Lots of snow. Definitely takes place over Christmas. I'm trying to think. Cliffhanger. There's snow at the top of that mountain, so he's climbing a Christmas mountain. Fuck's sake.
Watch.
He hasn't even included Krampus in this. Hello, Debbie. How are you? Thank you very much, Bailey. Animated Dawn Blue film. All the animated Dawn Blue films, I'm sure they all have snow in them at one point. Inglourious Basterds also includes Nazis, which, as we know, is Christmas.
Not already seen it. Plus, it's my favorite movie.
Scarface, big pile of snow on the table. How can I forget? Emperor Strikes Back, Christmas movie as well. There you go. Marley and Me. There's a dog in it. Snow Dogs, Christmas movie. Star Wars Holiday Specials, very dark. It is set during an intergalactic war where there's genocide. Who also committed genocide that Boogie likes? The Nazis. There you go, guys. It's a cylinder. It all works together. Oh, Christ almighty. Oh, God. There you go, guys. We've proved how Nazis and Christmas go together. Big Booty Latinas 5 had a scene in Christmas where they got each other cream pies. Exactly there. Cream pies for Christmas, you know? Oh, Christ. That is so fucking bizarre. Biggie, your video was terrible, but, you know, that we made it fun. That was fun. That was good fun. I enjoyed that. Let's see if he says he loves us at the end just to prove he's not a Republican.
Of naughty Christmas movies, and don't forget, I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake.
Okay.
I know if you've been bad or good.
Oh, fuck, I'm glad we played the rest of this. Holy shit, this is scary.
And I'll come
Yeah, Cage, he still has not mentioned Violent Night once in this entire fucking review.
to your house on Christmas Day.
Christ. He didn't mention Violent Night a single time in that, or why you should watch these movies instead of that. No Garbage Day, exactly. No Garbage Day. How would you consider yourself a Christmas movie by not having Garbage Day at some point in your movie? God damn it, that was fantastic. Good work, Boogie. I'm so proud. You know what? That gets a thumbs up. That gets a wee like, okay? Boop. If you want to give me a Christmas gift, consider becoming a channel member or leaving a thank you via super chat. God damn it, Boogie. Yeah, that's the thing. He did. His fucking fans are talking about it more. His fans are talking about Violent Night more than he did. Bro, Jesus. Imagine being too fat to play Santa Claus. Believably, Jesus Christ, Travis, that hit hard. Stalingrad, Nazis on snow, exactly, sir. See, this is the Christmas spirit. We're giving Boogie some fantastic ideas here. What else? What other? The Battle of the Bulge, Band of Brothers, fantastic Christmas 8-part movie, I guess. Halloween is a Christmas movie because Christmas comes after. Exactly that. It looks like it's cold at some points in that movie, and cold, obviously. Dislike Boogie's video for e-bagging, but it's his comment. I'll dislike the comment. I don't think that does anything, but that was a good video. That made me happy. There you go, Boogie. You got a thumbs up from me. Finally. It wasn't really any of your effort. It was our effort in making it funny. 30 Days of Night, very Christmas movie. That's 30 days of Christmas. That's even longer than Hanukkah. Saving Private Ryan, obviously. It's very cold.
Santa Claus is dead.
Boogie, will you fuck up?
Well, it is.
Jesus. Oh, Christ. Oh, God. Best games of 2022. We're going to watch that one next. So, yes. Boogie Santa because he loves eating cookies. Does Santa like prostitutes? I think that's the thing we really need to discuss here in depth. Does Santa like prostitutes? Because like Boogie says, he likes giving gifts to people, mainly in the form of money to women for sex. So is Boogie really the Santa that we knew along the way? Did he even play 10 games of 22? Travis, I think you know the answer to that. And the answer is fucking certainly not. He loves ho-ho-hos. Oh, Christ. Patriot, you're doing bangers. This is you've been good so far this stream. You've been good so far this stream. Woo! Ugh, Jesus Christ. 1 second, need beer. Oh God, that was fantastic. Something wrapped. How marathon guy shouldn't have deleted that. I appreciated that. Okay, so I'm not sure who all was here last time, but we watched Boogie's top 10 gaming disappointments of 2022, where for a lot of them he was just like, yeah, this game came out and a lot of people really didn't like this, and it wasn't actually a really good game, and a lot of people didn't like the game. I haven't played it, but people didn't like the game, so it's number 2 on my list for top 10 disappointing games. I was like, bro, at least play the fucking... Imagine if I reviewed Avatar and was like, I don't know, I didn't like the first one, so I don't know, the second one's probably shit. I don't know what happened. I read the Wikipedia synopsis, it sounded dumb, so I didn't watch it. Christ, okay.
It's the end of 2022, and a lot of great games came out this year. There's a lot of games that will be going on sale over the next few days that you...
Avatar was a Christmas movie because the Na'vi are blue, okay? And what happens when you get really cold? You turn blue. So, Christmas movie. There you go. Is there any other things? Ash fell at one point. It kind of looked like snow. So, yeah, Christmas movie. The humans give the big cat people a gift of explosive ammunition and bombs. There you go. Also Christmas related. What else happened in that movie? God, I can't even fucking remember the first movie at all. That was a lame movie. The Gift of War, the Gift of Merc, the Gift of American Ideals. they went to liberate some unobtainium. I loved it in that movie. In the second one, they never fucking once mentioned unobtainium. It was so fucking funny. I was specifically like, come on, say it. Say the word. Say the word. So, it's like that scene in The Simpsons to say the line, Bart. It was 100% that, because I was like, come on, just fucking say unobtainium again. And they never fucking did. I was so disappointed in them. 2012 was a Christmas movie because it gets really cold. Exactly that. How could that not be a Christmas movie? It's cold, there's snow, people huddled together around the fire. That seems like Christmas to me. All the Quiet on the Western Front, technically a Christmas movie. I watched the new All Quiet on the Western Front, the German one. Very good movie. It's set like a couple days before the end of the war and kind of covers the last like short period of time right before the war ends. Very interesting. I don't know what the dub's like. I don't even know if it is dubbed because I try and listen to everything in the native language with subtitles. I would recommend it if you like it. It's very dark. So it would definitely make the list of top dark Christmas movies because it happened in November. That's close enough to Christmas, like. So, I don't fucking know. I see it's a Christmas movie, 100%. Obviously. What's the movie Leonardo DiCaprio fighting a bear? The Revenant. The Revenant. Oh, someone already answered that for you. Never mind. Sorry. The Revenant. Yep, exactly that. It's also snowy Christmas movie. 70s film based on the book. I've never seen the original one. Blair Witch Project. Lots of trees. That's a good point there. I'm trying to think. They had a really awkward time in the house. You know, just like when your in-laws are over and they all stood in the corner and didn't talk to each other. That's kind of like my experience about having the in-laws around, just like The Witch. So yeah, I guess technically a Christmas movie. Serbian movies, Christmas. Nope. Yes. Okay, Day After Tomorrow, exactly. Do you know what I always forget? I always think the Day After Tomorrow and 2012 are the same movies. Because they're kind of the same movies. We're all being honest with each other. They're all kind of the same movies. What else? Frozen. It's in the name. It's in the name. It's obviously a Christmas movie. Citizen Kane. Rosebud, he got hit by a sleigh, which sleighs are Christmas. Santa rides a sleigh, so there you go. Obvious Christmas movie. Oh, fuck, what else? I'm trying to think of any Asian movies I can think of, because like all I've watched recently is Korean stuff. That is all I've watched recently. Sorry, my dog's bumping around in the background here. What do you got? Con Air, there's a present. There you go. Exactly. Christmas movie. Land Before Time. I don't know, because Christmas wasn't born yet. The man known as Christmas hadn't been born at that point, so I don't know, because it was before time and Christmas was after time. Oh god, this is so weird. SAO was Christmas. It wasn't like the 5th episode of like Sword Art Online set around Christmas, which by the way is the only like good episode of Sword Art Online, is when that Sachi girl was in it, because I actually kind of liked her. And then spoilers for like a 10-year-old show no one should care about, and then she died and I was like, oh, I'm so glad that we got to continue with all these other incredibly fucking lame characters and not the one character I kind of liked. I think that was the point for me where I was just like, I just don't care. I just can't be fucked with Sword Art Online anymore.
You might decide you want to pick up or buy for yourself or someone else to love for Christmas. So here are the best games of 2022 that either I played myself or in some cases I watched get played because it was just so much fun.
Chris Tucker, Chris T, Christ was in Rush Hour, Jackie Chan, checkmate. You know what? Peter Cat, I can't even argue. There's literally the logic there, fucking impeccable. Flawless. Actually flawless. Sorry, Marathon Guy, I did ruin the show. Very deliberately, because the show ruined itself. The show is the worst thing that's ever existed. I fucking hate Sword Art Online. I was so close, because it's more or less 10 years now, like this month, since it finished airing. And I was very tempted to do like a 10 years on, is Sword Art still shit? And go back and rewatch the first season of it. But I don't know if I have the balls to do that, because I really didn't enjoy Sword Art at all. The only Sword Art I've liked, because I didn't like Gun Gale or anything like that, I liked Sword Art Alternative Gun Gale, which was alright. It was like a 6, 7 out of 10. It was solid enough. Mainly because of Kirito and all wasn't in it. Like, so, Kirito gender bent? Brah. No.
Watch somebody else experience it.
Brah.
Here we are, best games of 2022. But before we get into the games, let me remind you that I do have a merch got hoodie. Starting off with Stray, which is a game that I watched get played, and I think with...
Oh my god! Starting off, number 10. A game I watched someone play. This dude included a fucking Let's Play in his top 10 games of fucking 2022. He included a fucking Let's Play. Bro, are we even serious? Ugh. Marathon guy, I totally understand. Mecha is generally a lot better than Isekai. Isekai is a flooded market, so I understand entirely. Jesus Christ. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Guys, did you know that I played 300 games this year because I watched fucking cute anime girls play them? There you go, guys. That's basically the same as playing a game, isn't it? Also, is Persona 4 better than 5? Al, that is a loaded question. I have no fucking idea. Because Persona 5... Okay. I have played the original Persona 4, and Persona 5, and Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal is a downgrade in a lot of ways from Persona 5, but in other ways it is better. And I really like Persona 5. Persona 4 was probably my favorite originally, but I've never finished Golden, which is what I'm playing right now. So I don't know. At this time, it could end up being better. It might not. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't know what the extra content for Golden adds compared to the original game. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Both of them are 10 out of 10 games, honestly, though. So I can't really... Like, Persona 3 is very, very good in a lot of ways, but Fez is terrible edition. Generally, what I find for Persona games that I played is that the ending add-on they do for the special edition generally makes the original game worse, because it ruins the storyline. Fez added like an extra 5 or 6 hours of nonsense onto the end of Persona 3, which had a very good ending. Persona 4 Golden, haven't played Golden yet, so don't know. Persona 5... Royal was totally unnecessary. The extra bit at the end, totally unnecessary. And they also introduced a character that I really didn't like. Have I played Soul Hackers 2 yet? I haven't actually. I have it. I bought it during the last Steam sale, but I haven't actually played it yet. But I'll get to it eventually at some point, you know.
Only 5 hours worth of gameplay with a fairly...
And yeah, Unlimited, sometimes you need to know when to end the story. Persona 3 has such a fantastic ending, like a genuinely good ending. And then they're like, oh yeah, but let's just do some extra stuff at the end and like take away like the interesting aspect of the ending that was kind of like, oh, holy shit, that happened. You know? So I was kind of like, oh, okay.
Linear story. I feel like this is a great game to watch somebody play. It's kind of like you're playing it with them.
Imagine saying that. Imagine that this is your best game of 2022. It looks like a good game. You know, it looks like a good game, but it's probably, it's probably good when you just like, probably good when you watch someone play it instead of playing it. So it's not a good game then. It's a good movie.
There on your couch, and I just have to say, it's an excellent game. Now, of course, it's free on PlayStation if you have a PlayStation 5, if you have PlayStation Plus, so I will definitely go back and play this game myself at some point, but it's just a very cool, heartwarming, excellent game, and I think it definitely deserves to be on the list. Next up is Resident Evil Village, and you know what? When this game came out, I purchased...
Have you played it? Have you played it? That's the only question I care about.
It and then decided to wait till Halloween to actually play it, and then instead of actually playing it, I watched one of my favorite YouTubers play it. I do plan to go and enjoy my own gameplay experience. It's...
No! No! Just no! No! Bro! We are 2 for 2 of best games of 2022. He hasn't played either of them. No! This is a video game content creator. I actually have double vision right now, guys. I need to take a second because my fucking head went sideways there. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm dying here, guys. Lisa, Boogie, his first 2 games for his top 10 list for top games of 2022 are both games that he has never played. He hasn't played them. He watched a Let's Play of them. He owns both of them, but he hasn't played them. Jesus Christ, that's... And Boogie wonders why he's like, oh, my video game content isn't really performing very well. Maybe it's because you haven't played games. You don't know games. Back when you did the Big Stack podcast, it seemed like you'd played everything. It seemed like you played everything. You knew everything. You knew the insiders. You knew the creators. You knew the directors. You knew the writers of every game. You actually seemed to give a shit about what you're talking about. And now you're sitting here being like, oh, top 10 games of the year. Stray, haven't played it, but it looks good. And Resident Evil Village, I have it, but I just didn't play it. And I watched someone play it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, it looked like a fun game. Bro. Yeah, at least, Mama, at least you tried. I would respect him more if he was... It's like when he did his Elden Ring review and he called it Game of the Year and one of the best games around. And it's like, oh, but I can't play it myself. I need to have summon people in to beat it because I can't beat it myself. And also, I haven't actually finished it yet, but it's a Game of the Year. It's amazing. Did he say Sony Online offered him a job? Yes. Yes. He claimed that Sony Online offered him a job working with EverQuest to be a consultant for it, but he turned them down because it would have required him to move to LA, and they weren't paying him enough for that.
On my hard drive right now, and I'll probably play it at some point during the Christmas season. But that said, this was a beautiful game to watch. It was apparently very excellent to play. It spawned ridiculous.
It was apparently very excellent to play. Imagine if I did my Avatar review, but it was like, I don't know, I just sent my girlfriend to fucking watch it, and then she came back and I was like, all right, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened in the movie. That's what happened? Okay, I'm going to review it now. Yeah, my girlfriend said this happened, and it sounds dumb. I don't like it. I'm actually stretching my back here because I'm all like, God, that's something. That is genuinely something special. Why does this have more thumbs up than thumbs down? Maybe he's played the other 8 games on this fucking list.
Number of memes. If you like scary games, if you like Resident Evil, this game is a very decent entry. Maybe
it is guys. It's number 9 best game of the year. It is a very decent entry. Very decent. That's like a 5.5 out of 10. Very decent. Hey JC and hey Raven, how are you? Gee, he's lazy in the Wingo? Fuck, he is. 100% he is. What's good? Not Boogie's list. Not Boogie's list of top 10 games. No problem, mama. God, this is so creepy. This is ridiculous. It was fine. It was super okay. Exactly, Fillery. It's like that IGN meme. 10 out of 10. It's okay. You know? It's just like, oh, God. Guys, if you're a Resident Evil fan, you might like Resident Evil. Because it's a decent version of Resident Evil.
Not my favorite compared to Biohazard, but I guess I'll know a little bit more as I play through it. I liked Biohazard a little bit more. I have to be...
You like Biohazard? What the fuck? What the fuck do you even mean? What do you mean you like Biohazard more? Do you realize that Resident Evil's name in Japan is Biohazard? I have to listen to that again, guys.
Favorite compared to Biohazard? If you like Resident Evil, this game is a very decent entry. Maybe not my favorite compared to Biohazard, but I guess I'll know a little bit.
He has to be trolling with that. We're being trolled here, aren't we? This is genuinely we're being trolled here. Did I have Boogie getting long COVID and bingo card? He's just copying me when he's doing that. Z. Jesus, come on. I prefer Biohazard. Is he referring to Resident Evil 7 DLC? I thought no. Is it? Was Resident Evil 7's DLC called Biohazard? Because like the series is called Biohazard. I like this game more than I actually played this game that I watched. Yeah, Decision, imagine that. Imagine being more connected to a game you actually partook in as opposed to watching.
More as I play through it. I liked Biohazard a little bit more, I have to be honest, but still an excellent game. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is probably going to be a controversial pick, but it's one of my favorite games of the year. Now, I was sent a review code for this game.
Maybe it's because it's like the only game you played. Okay, Resident Evil 7 is called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. By the way, that is weird. Why would you call it that? Why did you call it that? Okay, so we'll give Biggie a little bit of credit that he probably meant this, but that's still dumb. It's still dumb. God damn. Yeah, Filleries. Yeah, sorry, I just looked it up. That's dumb. But okay. But Boogie, well, chat, we're taking an L. Apart from Fillery, we'll all take on a L as well. We all take an L. Boogie was right. Okay, Boogie W. The third one's because he got a review code. I actually watched him talk about this, and I can understand why he doesn't get sponsors. Because this is like, you know, he claimed he never got sponsors. He actually got sent a collector's edition of this, and it was like a sponsored video. At the start of this year, because I saw it when I was doing my watch for all of his content this year. It's really weird for him to be going to say, oh, but none of my no sponsors work with me because of the trolls. And it's like, bro, at the start of 2022, you're still getting games sent to you to review. And he was like, it's a good game. But then he started listing off a bunch of issues with it, which I think is probably not overly, something that people probably like a lot. Patriotic Cat Boogie, sex is great. I never had any, but I saw my wife and her boyfriend. It looks fun. Exactly. He watched people doing it, and he's like, that looks like good fun. That's my favorite game of the year. No credit for Boogie. He just read another list of popular games this year. 100%. So is Marvel Snap going to be Okay, Marvel Snap 3, Elden Ring 2, God of War 1. That's my picks.
And I'm going to go ahead and say that a lot of critics panned it. A lot of gamers skipped it, and for good reason. The game that they promised at the first E3, the second E3, is not the game that we got, but I do understand that COVID happens. And the game that they shipped here has a very interesting story. The gameplay is excellent. The world is worth exploring. The story is really interesting. The character development, the voice acting, there's so much that's good about this game, and everybody focused on the negative. I played through this.
Sad Dog, yeah, it's him doing his top 10 games. Sorry, top 12 games of the year. Fuck, I didn't even notice that. Top 12 games of the year. I'm genuinely surprised. The top 2 he hasn't played. the 12 and 11 he hadn't played. He'd watched someone do a Let's Play of them and was like, oh, really good. That's my 12 and 11th pick.
In its entirety, and I enjoyed every second of it. I do plan to go back and play the DLC at some point as well. I think if you get this game on sale, it's highly worth the purchase, especially because I've seen it as low as $20. You're definitely going to get $20 worth of enjoyment out of this game, even if you didn't play the first one. Speaking of controversial choices, here's a game that I only played because it was free on Xbox Game Pass. But I do love simulation games. I'd never...
I just don't... it's just like when someone's giving their review of games, being like, yeah, this game's good. It's my 10th pick of the year. But only get it if it's on sale. Because there's a lot of issues with it. Oh yeah, my 9th pick. Yeah, it's a game. I got it because it's free. Like, bro, it seems like it's like, why even mention that? Like, I genuinely am curious. Why would you mention that? Okay. Imagine if you're giving your, like, if I'm giving my review of a movie, I'm not, you're like, oh yeah, I watched this movie, but I got it for free because I torrented it. You know, why would you say that in like a review? It's like, oh yeah, my top 10 movies. So top 10 movie, number 10 is fucking Sharknado. I torrented it, you know, I got it for free, I torrented it. Who would say that in like your top 10 list? It's like, it's such unimportant information.
Played a 2-point game before and I'd always been interested. I downloaded it and I ended up playing through every scenario and exhausting myself playing this game. If you like simulation games,
how the fuck could you exhaust yourself playing this game? It's basically a kid's game. Come on, bro.
Love them ever since SimCity on the Super NES. I have to say this one is well worth the download. Some of the scenarios are challenging, some of them are a little frustrating, but they're always pretty fun, and I highly recommend you give it a shot, especially for free on Game Pass. You can't beat that price. Then there's Vampire Survivors, a game so...
I would recommend this to you guys because it is free. Okay. Cool. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters is free. I think recommending something just like, oh, it's free, so you might as well get it, is like it's like the worst compliment for a game I've ever heard. It's like, oh, well, you know what, it's just cheap. It's cheap. You know, like, if I was recommending Persona 4, I'd be like, oh, well, it's like, I don't know, like 30 quid, something like that. I think Persona 4 Golden's like 20, 30 pounds. And I'm like, for that price, that's fantastic, because you get like 100 hours of content. That's a kind of, like, that's a decent selling point in my opinion. I'd be like, you might as well get it because it's free, so you might as well get it because, you know, it's free, guys. It's free. It's free. It's not costing you. You just get it. It's all right. You know, it'll take up some of your time before we all inevitably die.
Good. It basically launched a...
It's sensational. It's all chill for the next couple months. Vampire Survivors. I've never played it, but I played Hollow Cure, which is the whole live version of it, and it's good fun.
Subgenre on Steam. There are dozens of games like this now, but this is kind of the first and still one of the best. I go back to play this one even though I've gotten all of the achievements for the release version. I look forward to them adding more. I genuinely hope there's DLC. It was $3 on Steam, and now it's available on console as well. I genuinely recommend this game as an action RPG. You might have already played something in this genre. If you haven't, start with Vampire Survivors. You will compare every other game to it. It is absolutely worth the money, and I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed my time with it. I love Disney. I love Animal Crossing, and when they told me that they were going to give me Animal Crossing with Disney characters, I was excited.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's a fine take. He mentioned the price. The price is fine because it's like a low price, so it's like, oh, that's a good selling point. It's only $3. It's a good price. 100%. I'm fine with that. You know? That he bought any games this year? Well, he bought that. Come on, he bought Vampire Survivors. That's $3 he spent so far. We are 5 games in, and he spent $3 on video games.
I downloaded this game, got the $30 game preview version, and I have to say,
$30?
I really enjoyed my time with it. Now,
there you go.
It is light on zones, it's light on characters, it's light on content, but it is a game preview. But it is definitely Animal Crossing with some life improvements and a lot of Disney characters and stories that I think you will enjoy experiencing. Especially since this game is only $30 in its game preview state. They're continuing to work on it, they're continuing to add content.
This game kind of just died. I haven't heard a single person say that, like mention this game since like a day after it came out. I haven't heard a single fucking person talk about it. Like, does anyone care about this? I love Disney. Pete's breathing labors. Exactly. The thing. Pete's is like, how can I boycott this even harder?
And the game continues.
Nobody cares about this? Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't like to be dismissive and just say it's a kid's game, but this is a kid's game, you know. Have I seen Tesla stock? I have not actually seen Tesla stock. How is Tesla stock doing? Let's have a wee Jeffrey G. Tesla stock. It's not the lowest it's been recently. I think. Probably. Maybe. No, it is. No, it is. It definitely is. Woohoo, that's bad. Oh, poor Tesla. I bet Boogie's very happy with that. Yes, Tesla stock is somewhat low. We'll be charitable and say it is somewhat low. And I like to think it's all because of Boogie and his triumphant effort in calling out Elon Musk. Oh, that's unfortunate for him. That's bad. Oh.
More and more fun as time goes. I do think it's okay to wait for this one. You don't have to buy it this year, but if you do end up waiting for it, there's going to be more content. And if you catch it for sale and you get that premium package for a little bit cheaper, I think it's absolutely worth the purchase, especially if you're obsessed with Animal Crossing or Disney the way I have been. The only mobile game that I would dare put on this list.
Okay, I'm genuinely surprised. I thought this would be a lot higher since it's the only game he's fucking talked about. And it's a game he liked so much he actually streamed it before he went back to never streaming video games again.
Is
That's the thing, yeah, kid. Boogie will finally be able to buy his Tesla soon.
Marvel Snap. I do not play a lot of mobile games, and when a mobile game comes out that I'm excited.
Yeah, fella, it is. I don't mind if someone says, yo, aim to try and get this on sale, but it's like, this is like your top games. And it really shows that you haven't really played a lot of games. If you're like top games, you're being like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it full price. Maybe get it on sale. Maybe just try and get it on sale. It doesn't really sound like you're that enthused with the game that you don't think it's worth like full price. So it's weird that this is like your top game of the year.
I'm going to talk about it. It's probably going to go on my list. And what I like about Marvel Snap is that, yes, it is a card game, but it is not pay to win. You got to play to win. Now, there are adding things later in the game here that do allow you to spend a little bit of money to try to get specific cards that you want. But for the most part, the most fun you can have is by being a free-to-play player, unlocking cards and building the decks
going pay to win,
you can with the cards you have. And of course, I'm a Marvel fiend.
Hey, Doug.
I'm a Disney fiend as well. I mean, anything Disney owns, I'm pretty much obsessed with it. But if you're looking for a short and easy game to play on your mobile device, or you can play it on Steam as well, if you're obsessed with card games, if you're looking for a simpler card game, simpler compared to Gwent, absolutely not Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. I mean, a much simpler game, but it's fun, it's simple, it's quick, and it's not that serious, and it's just a game I enjoy, and I highly recommend. I feel like Marvel Midnight Suns is not going to be on a lot of people's lists, but it is exactly up my alley. And
Really? As you can see, guys, Marvel Midnight Suns. There's a slight spelling mistake here. Like a very small spelling mistake here, guys. But, you know, Marvel Midnight Suns. Fuck me sideways. Like, this is a me kind of issue. This is a me kind of mess up with editing. You know? Not a legend, 16-year veteran on YouTube. You know, the guy calls his videos masterpieces. Like, it's like, bro.
On a lot of people's lists, but it is exactly up my alley, and this is easily one of my favorite games of the year. If you like Marvel, if you like card battlers, if you like tactical games, if you like friendship simulators, this is...
I don't like any of those. I don't like any of those. I don't like Friends. I don't like any of that. That's all. It all sounds bad to me, especially the Marvel bit of it. He just really comes across as a Disney shill, doesn't he? Especially like a Marvel shill. It's even like recently he was like really going hard, like defending She-Hulk, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually defend, especially not towards the end of it. But Boogie's like, oh, it's the best thing that's ever existed ever. He just seems like I can't even remember who I saw it, but he's just pure consumer. You know, he is just a pure consumer. Friendship Simulator. Okay, so I saw him reference Friendship Simulator off it. Apparently, it is similar to Persona in some ways for the social link thing, but I don't think it's as well done as Persona, because Persona does the social link thing fairly well. But you know, Mass Effect even had a friendship social simulator element to it, where Mass Effect 2 in particular, where you had to like get everyone to be loyal to you. Friends are overrated. My dad, exactly. Your dad knows.
All of those things wrapped up into one long 75-hour storyline and adventure, with DLC coming along. Like Deadpool is one of the DLC characters, and I absolutely...
Deadpool! Guys, Deadpool! Soy Jack face, wow! Deadpool, guys! Oh, God. Apart from Boogie, I haven't heard a single person talk about this game. Does anyone give a fuck about this game? Midnight Suns is poorly written tribe. I've heard Boogie talk about it. I've not heard a single other person talk about it at all. She-Hulk's arse was all he watched. You know what? I don't think he likes big, powerful women, so actually I disagree with that. I do not think he likes big, powerful women because he is too abusively weird in some ways with power dynamics, because he doesn't seem to get with any woman who are like more powerful than him in any way, so I do think he wouldn't like She-Hulk.
Absolutely will buy that and play it. This is my current obsession. I know it came out late in the year, so you're not going to see it on a lot of people's lists, and I feel like it's not...
I don't think you've seen it. A lot of people even fucking talk about this thing. I don't even know it existed until Boogie started fucking talking about it.
A game that everyone's going to love, but if you like Marvel, if you like card battlers, if you like tactical games, this is the greatest game.
Yeah, Fillery, his idea of powerful women is them having an OnlyFans. That is his idea of a powerful woman, is that they have an OnlyFans, because that's what he thinks like women's rights are.
A long time, and certainly one of the best Marvel games to come out in a really, really long time. I paid full price for it because this is exactly up my alley, and I wanted
Holy shit, Boogie actually paid full price for a game, guys. And what if he's going to mention you should buy it on sale?
Send a message that you can stay true to the comic books and make interesting Marvel games, and, you know, they did it with this one, and I'm loving every minute of it. Highly recommend it, though. I think a lot of you who are not into that combination of things might want to wait till it's on sale, but if you're...
I fucking knew it. I knew it. Called it. Called it. Super early. Fucking called it.
Looking for something to really eat up your time this Christmas season, this might be the game for you. I'm literally going to go play it as soon as I'm done with this list. Elden Ring almost didn't make my list because I'm not a Soulsborne kind of player.
It almost didn't make my list. Boogie, you like 6 months ago, you called it, before you'd even finished the game, you called it Game of the Year. Like one of the best games you had played in years. And I was like, oh, this nearly didn't make my list. Boogie, 2 games that you didn't play made your fucking list. How the fuck would Elden Ring not make your list? Jesus.
I bought this game, I played around with it, I did not like it, but something just kept drawing me back in, and my friends were loving the game. They got me to sit back down and play it. They showed me what I was doing right, showed me what I was doing wrong.
I hate that Boogie always pulls this. He has this weird thing where he always... nothing could ever be his decision, because he wants to, like, abstract himself from any criticism that could possibly come. So it always has to be like, oh yeah, my friends decided this. Well, my friends said this. Well, my friends talked me into doing this. It's always that. He can never, like, form a coherent thought himself and follow it through, because he doesn't want to be criticized for anything. This is where the fence sitter like myth came from, because he always like tries to like be like, oh God, well I was just there and then people told me I should do this, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it, like, because my friends told me to do it, you know, just like blaming me Juggernuggets for the fucking like crypto losses and stuff like that. It's, I don't, why can't you just be like, yeah, I decided to give it another go? Not like, well, my friends, they really liked it, and they talked me into it, and they described to me why it's so good, and I was like, well, okay, my dear friends, who I always listen to, I guess I'll give the game another try, just for you guys, and then I liked it.
And then some 60 hours later, I had played through this game an entire 2 times, and I think it is well...
An entire 2 times? Boogie, calm yourself, Boogie, 2 times? Are you okay? Like, I don't know, he should have checked himself into the ER after that. How could he manage? How could he manage 2 times? Dude, I played, like, fucking Persona 5 3 times, and that game was like a fucking 110 hours each. It's not impressive to play a game 2 times. I played the original Mass Effect like 20 times. That's not even close to impressive.
Worth the purchase. There's only one reason it's not my #1 game.
No, kid, you're obviously wrong. It's an entire 2 times. The really natural human way of saying things.
And I know a lot of people are going to be upset that it's not, but it just comes down to the fact that even though this is an incredible RPG, the storyline for me just wasn't there. It just didn't deliver the way I want a game to. Gameplay-wise, excellent. World building, excellent. Everything about this game is excellent. The story just did not speak to me. Did I spend more time playing this game than my game of the year? Absolutely. Well,
you literally called this your game of the year. You literally called this your game of the year. Mass Effect, which one? The first one. The second one as well. I played the second one a lot. The first and second ones were, you know, like games I got like every achievement for because I really liked them. I played the third one only once because I didn't like it. I never played the DLC or anything that came with it. I just played it once.
A lot of people like this game better, absolutely. Of the 2 games that I'm recommending here at the end, I do think Elden Ring is the one that you'll get the most value out of, but it just couldn't be my #1 game of the year. And I think you know...
Oh, fuck, was I right? Oh, no, I said Marvel Snap was going to be the third. But it was that Marvel other one. Marvel Snap was like the 4th one. Oh, okay. Okay, well, it's close. Come on, guys. I was close. This is what I called. I called Elden Ring second, and first we God of War Ragnarok.
My #1 game is. So let's get right into it. God of War Ragnarok. Easily my...
Hi. Okay, guys. Someone. I'm dumb. Alright? I'm Irish. I'm fucking stupid. Alright? We get it. Hi. do you get to the point where you're like, the second game, the runner-up for your game of the year, you start off by saying, oh, the game nearly didn't even make my list. How the fuck is it second in your game of the year list if it didn't even possibly not make your fucking list? Holy shit. Like, anyone explain that to me. Bro. Okay, so, I'm sorry, before we get to this, okay. So, Stray, Resident Evil, he didn't play either of them. What the fuck is this? Dying Light. Sorry, don't worry guys, I'm doing some 2 points. Vampire Survivor. Disney Majigger. Marvel Snap. Marvel Sons. Top 12 games of the year. There's only 10 games on this list. There's only 10 games on this list. I'm top 12 games of the year. There is only 10 games on this list. Thumbs down. We're being trolled. The kids, we must be. We must be at this point. Like, come on. This can't be. Maybe he included the DLC. Maybe he included the DLC as a separate game for, like, one of them or something like that. What is this? What is this? Top 12 games. He only lists 10, and 2 of them he didn't play. Oh my god. The other 2 of those 2 girlfriends, like the 2 fake girlfriends he had, that's it. That must be it, Yumoya. The other 2 are the 2 fake girlfriends, you know, the 2 long-term relationships he claimed he had. Those are his 2 other favorite games of the year.
Game of the year. And you know me, I love the God of War series. I loved the 2018 remake. I love Santa Monica Studio and almost everything they make.
That's so
and when I got into God of War Ragnarok, I could not get out of it.
Oh my god.
The storyline is huge and convoluted. There are tons of worlds to explore, a ridiculous number of side quests. And
I'm going to be controversial here. I haven't played God of War, the original or the remake. They were never my type of game. I don't like spectacle fighters. I don't like those kind of... I don't like Devil May Cry kind of fighters or anything like that. I don't like quick time events. I don't like Bayonetta. God of War, the remake, well, whatever... 2018, whatever the fuck came out, and Ragnarok, they look dog shit. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. They look bad. They don't look fun. They look like the combat is slow and repetitive and arduous. I do not think they look fun in any form. I was tempted to get a PlayStation 5, finally. And when Ragnarok was coming out, because there's like a bunch of new ones came out, and I was like, oh, it's going to be easy to get one finally, and I don't have to worry about the price rise or anything like that. And I just saw people playing, and I was like, nah, you know what? Nah, not even going to. No, not even going to, guys.
Development. Everything here is perfect.
Oh, mama.
I mean, there are parts of the game where I know a lot of people were thrown off, like having to play Atreus instead of just Kratos all the time, the multiple companions that you have, but I liked that they changed it up. I liked the variety. I liked the differences, and I love this storyline. I'm already chomping at the bit to see where they go next and what they're going to do with the God of War series, because it definitely ends in a way where there's a bigger story to tell. There's a ton of post-game content that I haven't even approached yet, but the game itself, the side quests, the storyline, the combat, everything about this game makes it my game of the year. 40 hours of just pure, unadulterated...
I'm also going to make a point. The guy literally said he didn't want to include Elden Ring onto his list, and before anyone jumps on my throat saying they're very different, I know they're different, like, but still... He's like, I didn't want to include Elden Ring on my Game of the Year list because I don't like Souls-like games. But, like, the new God of War, God of Wars, they're quite Souls-like combat systems from what I've seen. They're not like, it's not like one-to-one or anything like that. But it's like, you know, similar enough. Spoiler, he'll kill more gods. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's all I know about God of War, and that's pretty much it. But it's like it's such a weird. I didn't want to include Elden Ring because it's like a Soulsborne like kind of game. But the new God of Wars are very Soulsborne. You know.
Bliss. I look forward to playing through it a second time.
The Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga come out this year? I think it did. Did it? Or was it the end? I think it was the end of last year. Actually, I think it was the end of last year.
That's how much I loved it. I never play through a game a second time. but I will with this one. And hey, that's it. That's the majority of the games that I played through in
The majority of the games that you play through, it's 2 of them you didn't even play. So I'm gonna fucking wager that it's all the games you played. We pretty freaking island. We are pretty freaking island. Well, it's cold here, so you've got to do a lot to keep ourselves interested and keep ourselves warm. That wasn't as fun as his Christmas thing. That wasn't as fun as his Christmas thing. But that was bizarre. That actually broke. The start of that genuinely broke me. I actually still think I have a headache from my shout of no when it went. I was like, Christ Almighty, that was so bad. This is the majority of the games that I played, apart from 2 of them that I didn't play. And also, I never talked about another single game. So, yeah, it's pretty much just all the games that I played this year. I would love if, like, one of them didn't even come out this year. That would be, like, the cherry on top of this fucking Sunday, if one of those games, like, didn't actually come out this year. Oh, god damn it, sir.
Well...
Oh, shut up, Boogie. That was something. That was just something special. God damn it. So, yeah. A quick aside. I was gonna do, I like to do a video on Amberlynn Reid. I haven't talked about her at all on my channel. Well, I've talked about her a couple times on live streams, but I haven't actually made a video on her or anything like that. I was gonna do a review, like a reaction to one of her Vlogmas videos. And I kept telling myself, I'm going to do one, and I just kind of kept dropping out, and I hadn't kept up to date with her videos enough, so I kept missing it and being like, well, fuck, I've missed a couple of days, I need to catch up, just over and over and over again. So I decided I'll probably wait until the next one comes out, which probably should be later on tonight. So after the stream, obviously I'm going to go to bed, and then tomorrow morning I will try and get one out. So I'll try and get one out. Same on YouTube Blade? I don't know. Like, Amberlynn's pretty young, isn't she? Like, she's only, like... I think she's, like, 32. She's, like, 32, 33, something like that. So she's pretty young. I don't imagine she had a heart attack. Chantel, she's the woman you should be surprised hasn't had a heart attack, because she's heavy. She's not as heavy as Amberlynn. But, like, Amberlynn Reid at no point has taken cocaine, So that like Foodie Beauty has taken cocaine. So that's the thing that you're like, for a girl your size, that really should have fucking done you in, That's a lot of women on those bones. That's about 3 women on those bones. Probably 4 women on those bones, if we're being honest. That we know of. I think we would know. Amberlynn Reid claimed that she had taken drugs when she was younger, but I don't know what she claimed she had taken, because she got really upset that people were, like, shaming her because she had joked that she's going to get addicted to doing scratch cards because she's an addictive personality, and people criticized her, like, you shouldn't really be, like, gambling when you have an addictive personality because you could get addicted. And she, like, got, like, 100 scratch cards, scratched them, and it's like, I won $89. So I went and bought 89 more scratch cards with it. And people were like, oh my fucking god, and she freaked the shit out about how dare people, like, what was it, addict shame her or something like that? How dare you addiction shame me or something like that? It was fucking bizarre. I think it implied as MDMA. Okay. I don't know if I can imagine her on that. I don't know. She's very much a cocaine kind of girl in my head. Like, if she took anything, it'd be cocaine. The cocaine, like a CPAP, the IBS says so many things. She'd have killed the other thing. She won't live us all. She is immortal. She is immortal. Gamblers usually quit 99% of the time before they win. Exactly. That's the thing. She's no quitter. Mama didn't raise no bitch. She's not a quitter. She has never quit something in her life. She ain't quitting before she hits that jackpot. Before she scratches off the triple lemon white elephant pound sign or whatever the fuck it is. What is wrong with these? Yeah. Well, okay, Marathon Guy, firstly, you got to share with class. What manga are you reading? And yeah, her thumbnails are generally dog shit. Like, this is just that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's so funny. The videos, because I had never really sat down and watched. I've seen a lot of people, like, talking about her and doing reactions to her. Like Zachary Michael, I like Zachary Michael a lot, and I love Mr. Snow. If anyone hasn't watched it, Mr. Snowflake on YouTube, he does a full documentary series in Amberlynn. Fantastic. That's the manga. I don't know if you posted a thumbnail or anything like a link or anything, dude, but links don't come through at all. Unfortunately, Marathon Guy, you just have to say the name. And hopefully it's not weird porn. But I sat down and I binged her entire Vlogmas in preparation to do a reaction to one of them. And I was like, holy fuck, these are boring as shit. So many of them. They're interesting because, like, she's interesting in a similar way to Boogie is because she's a very manipulative person. She lies a lot. She changes stuff. The 30-ish office worker, Haman Sama. Okay. I'm going to search what that is. And there may be judgment coming your way. We will see soon enough, Marathon Guy. Oh, is it Gundam? It's a Gundam? Oh. It's a Gundam manga? I've legitimately never heard about this. All I see is a very short skirt and stockings. Yeah, okay, good effort. Appreciate that. That's good. That's good. I like the pink hair. Okay. Oh, okay. Just when you said that name, was not in any way expecting that to be a Gundam-related property. Yes, I binged her. I binged her Vlogmas. I listened to it when I was walking the dog, when I was driving, and it was something. It was something. Shaped by the Algorithm, as Hillary said, yes. Shaped by the Algorithm is the Mr. Snowflake documentary on Anne Boleyn. It is fantastic. Highly recommend it for people. I don't know a lot about her early history, so that is really helping, like, enlighten me, you know. It's based on Hammond Karn from Zeta Gundam. Okay, it's a slice of life series with the characters. Okay, I like slice of life, so I'll probably give that actually a wee watch. Her laugh kills me. Do you know what really bothers me recently about her is, like, the baby thing that people have pointed out before. Okay, I don't know who Hammond Karn is. I have not watched a lot of Gundam. I've watched Gundam Wing, 00, Unicorn, Origin. What else have I watched? MS 8th Mobile Squad or whatever it was. What else? What else did I watch? I'm sure I've watched other things. The baby thing is disgusting. It is. The baby thing. Shut up, Hillary. The baby thing is just bothersome. You think Gundam Wing is what made you gay? Gundam Wing makes all of us gay, and it is totally fine. It's totally valid. It's totally understandable that all those pretty boys longingly staring at each other makes you gay. Because the only real female anyone talks about in that entire thing is Relena Peacecraft, and she is like the worst woman who ever lived. So I understand if you had your choice between fucking one of the guys or fucking her, you would just pick one of the guys. But yeah, you're among friends here? No, we're not. None of us are friends. I'm antisocial again now. I'm going full Republican, as Boogie says. I'm going antisocial. I don't even love yous anymore. I'm full Republican again. Oh, God. Yeah, so, the baby thing she does is creepy and weird. And it's just, it's how often, it's like every fucking episode she's like, somehow mentions, like, oh, well, this is where me and baby write love letters to each other. And oh my god, I just found a love note that she wrote for me. And it says, I love you, baby. Aww, I love you, baby. And then you just hear off screen, I love you, baby, back. Because her girlfriend, she doesn't show her girlfriend on camera. Because, like, I think she's learned, because, like, her girlfriend used to be like, such a big part of her previous videos, and it always ended up really badly for her, so she doesn't include her and show her on screen, but she's always there. Just always there in the background. And it's just like, why do it like this? She shows her from everywhere but, like, the neck up, you know, so you don't see her face ever, but you see everything else, and she's always there, always commenting, you know? But it's just like, oh, but I don't want to show her on screen. It's like, why? You've shown, like, everything else about her. Like, I know basically everything about her. She's in every video constantly, but it's like, oh, but I don't want to show her face because, shrug, I don't, you know. Either show up or go away. Yes, exactly. It is bizarre at this point. So, Universal Century Timeline goes Origin, 79, Zeta, ZZ, Char Counterattack, Unicorn, Hathaway, Stardust, 80, MS Team, Thunderbolt. I have seen Thunderbolt as well. Stardust is Stardust Memory, because if it is, I watched like the first like 6 episodes of it and I fucking hated it so much and I turned it off and I never watched it again. So if it's like Stardust Memory, I've watched some of that and it was fucking awful and I hated it so much. So I actually know quite a bit of this. I've watched quite a bit of this. It is not amazing. I genuinely fucking hate it. The main character was so annoying. Just how he got the Gundam annoyed me. That was it. Just how he got the Gundam annoyed the fuck out of me. He showed up for Avatar to prep for 25th viewing. You're gonna watch Avatar for the 25th time? What? You worked quick. It only came out in cinema a week ago. I'm not slaughtering Gundam. I'm entirely right. You are all wrong. Stardust Memory, dog shit. Genuinely the worst thing that ever existed. How he got the Gundam is so dumb. The woman cheated and helped him in the combat test. He also had full advantage in the combat test. In no way does it prove that he should be in that Gundam. Okay? I never watched Spy Family. Spy Family fell into that category of like Seethe Marvel Seethe. I never watched that NTR Gundam. Exactly. It made no sense. It made no sense. They fucked that poor guy, that poor soldier guy. He was meant to be piloting the Gundam. That weirdo, emo, annoying kid took the Gundam, hated him. He was awful. Stardust Memory, it's a classic piece of shit. I probably will watch it again at some point. My opinion 100% will not change because I don't like the main character, and how he got the Gundam is pure wank. The sex pest. There you go. See, he's a sex pest. He's a weirdo. But yeah, Spy Family fell into that weird category for me of like, it's super popular and I saw it everywhere and it was memed everywhere and I was like, nah, I don't even know. I don't care. I don't know if I could care. Sleepy Princess in the Deno. I have never even heard of that before. Unless it's named differently in Japanese, and then I might have heard of it in Japanese. In the Demon Castle? Nope, haven't heard of that before. It's a couple of years old. No. Is it good? What's it about? Apart from a sleepy princess who happens to be in a demon castle. Because sometimes anime have very obvious names. What was I even talking about? Kaguya, Love is War. I've watched a little bit of that. I enjoyed it. I watch a lot of anime. I watch like a couple episodes of every of like lots of different anime, and I just drop off. Bleach. I watched the first 40 or 50 episodes of Bleach. I watched the first 40 or 50 episodes of Bleach until after the Soul Society arc. I think it was after the Soul Society arc, because that's when I ran out of like episodes. I don't know where I was watching them or whatever, but that was where they had episodes up to, and I never watched it after that. Looks good, no spoiler. What I saw was good. I heard it got bad after where I stopped, but for what I watched up to was a solid anime. I haven't watched the new stuff that's come out for it. The manga's generally better. Yeah, probably is. I could believe that. The manga's generally better for a lot of things. Like, the manga is better for, what's it called? Soul Eater. Like, the manga for Soul Eater is so much fucking better. You know? It is so much better. The manga for Soul Eater is so much better than for the anime. Mainly because the anime obviously didn't even, like, finish. It just kind of ended halfway through. Your favorite Christmas manga is Uzumaki. I haven't actually read Uzumaki. I've only read a few of Junji Ito's pieces, but I've never actually read it. SS Arc is Peak. Oh, Soul Society. Okay. There you go. I knew what that meant, kind of. A wee bit. Princess gets kidnapped and doesn't get hurt by the guards with teddy bears, and she kills them to make pills. Just like, Jesus Christ, this sounds dark as fuck. This sounds darker than most of Boogie's dark Christmas movies. Holy shit. Oh, that's mean. You have 230 on your watch list right now? I think my watch list is considerably longer than that. I haven't even added to it. I haven't used Mal in a fucking long time. I'm pretty sure I've got way more than that on it. You like Berserk makes you a pleb? It's probably the basic bitch answer. Tokyo Ghoul remanga. Tokyo Ghoul. I only ever watched the first 2 seasons of the anime. I never read the manga. And then when Re came out, I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad that they're kind of fixing it because, second season off it was bad. And then it's just like, oh, no. It's a different spin-off, but you have to have read up to this point in the manga before it starts. So you have to go out and read the manga. I was like, nah, good. I'm good. I couldn't even pretend to be fucked. I couldn't even pretend to be fucked to go out and read the manga to get ready for it. There's a lot of things that I read the manga for after the anime kind of unabruptly ends. I don't know why I say unabruptly. It's not even a fucking word. Abruptly ended. All right, Gage, have a go, my dude. Have fun. Have many drinks for me. Galactic Heroes, Legend of the Galactic Heroes is very good. I haven't finished it, but it is very good. I never watched the remake of it, as it just didn't. Like, why would I? It just didn't look nearly as good. Even the animation quality wasn't as good. we maintain a decent number of viewers despite talking about anime. Yeah, it's a decent number of viewers, and also it's a run up to Christmas. I don't expect that many people to come here, to be fair, but a lot of people are just chilling. Never watched Monster. Everyone has told me it's like one of the best anime that's ever been made, but never watched it. More into Lethal Weapon than anime, which is entirely understandable. It's entirely understandable. It's slightly less cringe to talk about at Christmas. What do I? Because I haven't really watched too many anime recently. I went back and watched Blue Exorcist recently because I'd never actually watched it, and I'm about to read the manga for Blue Exorcist because I was very confused. Because okay, Blue Exorcist got like 26 episodes or something like that, and then towards the end, it very suddenly went weird, and it was very much one of those animes where it's like, is there an Irish Santa Claus? Trying to think if there's any way I can make that into a joke about, like, I don't know, car bombs or something like that. No, probably not. Probably not. None of us are good. You know. Yeah. This summation. Anytime you talk, for anyone here who doesn't have a girlfriend, if you ever talk about anime, just expect this face from the girlfriend. Or this face, the horror face of no. Oh Christ. Yeah, I watched Blue Exorcist, so it got weird towards the end of 26 episodes. And then I was like, okay, well, that was weird. But then the one came out that's called like Kyoto or something like that, like Tokugo Kyoto. And I started watching it totally unaware that because like the characters are acting weird in it. And I was like, why are these guys, why are they acting weird? That doesn't make sense. You know, because they're acting like think that they didn't know things that they should know because of the series. But then I found out Blue Exorcist Kyoto isn't actually a sequel to the original. It's a sequel to the first half of the original before it changed away from the manga. And I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm just going to go read the manga instead. So I've started reading the manga recently. It's pretty solid. Fate, I have watched like the first 10 episodes, I think, of the original Fate. And that's about it. I've watched the first season of Overlord. I'm not fussed on it. Overlord has the same issue that Avatar had in its fight, that the Ainzun Ghoul, or whatever the fuck his name is too powerful. That is just it. It is not fun for me because he is so much more powerful than everyone. Like, I think it was like the 8th episode where it's him fighting Clementine, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's just like, it's like it's a full episode for a fight where the guy is in no danger whatsoever. And I get that that's the point, JC, but it doesn't do anything for me because at no point am I worried or interested. Shaltir, she's the vampire chick, isn't she? She's like the end fight of the first season, I think. But even then, like, they made it seem like there was a struggle, but there really wasn't a struggle in any way. Like, the struggle was really artificial, and that still at no point was he in any actual danger. Especially because he could just, like, go out and fight, you know, with a group as opposed to himself. Bubblegum Crisis is good fun. I've watched the original Bubblegum Crisis, like, ages ago. I think it was just there's a sequel or an OVA remake or something like that. But I watched the original one, and Bubblegum Crisis got really weird, because all I remember about it is at the end, it suddenly ended up on, like, the moon or something like that, and, like, with weird, like, glowy dust or some bullshit like that. It got weird at the end. Bubblegum Crisis was good fun, though. Neon Genesis Heaven Gun, very good. I like Neon Genesis. I haven't finished watching the rebuild yet. I've watched 3.33. I haven't watched 4 yet. But I do like Neon Genesis. I want to go back and watch the original series again, because I haven't watched the original series in a very, very long time. But I do like Neon Genesis. Didn't like the rebuilds. I like the first one's fine, because it's just like a remake of the original couple episodes, and it's fine. It does it well enough, like, just with better graphics. I actually really like the second rebuild, because I think it does a more interesting thing than the original did. It, like, the storyline gets more interesting, gets more dark and weird and twisted. It's just a lot more interesting, in my opinion, than the original series. But like I said, I haven't seen the original series in a long time, so I could be wrong. 3.33 then just goes fucking bizarre, and I did not enjoy it at all. So that's why I haven't watched 4 yet, because I'm like, oh, well, I just didn't care. I'm just going to say, Matt Marathon Guy, you are just wrong, but we are an inclusive society here in the That Darn Irishman chat, so it's okay that you're wrong. It's okay that you're wrong. I will accept your wrongness. That's fine. It's fine. I'll accept your wrongness. Bigata HK. I have no idea what you're even saying. Cowboy Bebop. I'm probably going to be like have an unpopular opinion here. I don't think Cowboy Bebop is as good as people say it is. It's all right. It's all right. The movie's better than the entire series, in my opinion. I like the movie a lot. I don't think the original series is that good. The Godzilla anime movies, you talking about the three? Because I know they did like a series recently. I don't remember, the Infinity Point or something like that. I watched the three like animated CGI movies, and the first one is, I'm gonna say, okay at best. The other two are fucking dog shit. They're absolute dog shit. Like terrible movies. Trigon's fun. I never finished it. I don't know how far I got into it, because like I kind of liked the whole like Vasha Stampede thing. Is he not? And then like I don't know how many episodes it is in before he's just like, yeah, I am, and it's like, oh, okay. I wish you kind of just kept that going for a while longer, but then you're just like, yeah, okay, yeah. It's bad. At this point, you're just listing any anime that comes to your head, Marathon, which is fine. I've seen a lot of anime. Alien Planet Jesus. I don't even think that's fucking anime. I don't even think that's a real fucking anime. I was expecting like, what was it called? Alien Planet Cat Girls or Cat Cuties or some bullshit like that. I've heard of that before. I just couldn't get into My Hero Academia. I really liked My Hero Academia. I really did. And then I just kind of stopped watching it because I heard a few spoilers and I was like, I am so fucking not interested in them whatsoever. I'm trying, because I can't even differentiate between the seasons. The last season I watched, I don't want to spoil it or anything like that, was the one with Lemillion and Chizukai, I think his name was, the guy who like disassembles things with his hand. That was like where more or less where I finished off it. And then I heard a bunch of spoilers that came later on in it, and I was like, I just don't care. It sounds lame. A lot of characters I like really aren't that heavily involved anymore. I don't want everyone to be like, oh my god, you're so woke, that Irishman. But it bothered me immensely how pathetic the girls are in that. You know, because like there's like the openings and stuff like that, and the endings have like a scene where the guys are jogging, all the girls jog up and are running side by side with them, because the girls are just as strong as the guys. And I like a lot of the female characters. A lot of the female characters are more interesting than the fucking male characters, like, because some of the male characters are fucking incredibly lame. But none of the girls do fucking anything in the entire show. My favorite bit is the big three when they're raiding the base. I don't want to, like I said, don't want to spoil too much. The big three raid the base. Lemillion gets a huge fight, Sun Eater gets a huge fight, and then whatever the fuck the girl is called, and I say that because I genuinely don't even remember her name, she's such an unimportant character, just is like, stay outside and do something, I don't know, make me a sandwich, love, and then she fucks off. That is how unimportant she is. They introduced the big three as like, these guys are amazing, they're so cool. And then she just is like, I go fucking stand in the corner, love. Who gives a shit about you? You're just a girl. And then none of the girls do anything. They just kind of stand around outside whilst the guys go in and sort out. I'm like, come on, you know, that's a bit lame. And I don't want everyone to be, oh my god, that's so woke of you. It's like, no, I just like, why have these strong female characters and then genuinely do nothing with them? It just seems so fucking weird. It's a shonen anime, I get that. Outlaw Star is fucking amazing. Outlaw Star is genuinely a great fucking show. It also has one of the fucking best openings to like any anime. Just any anime. I can't play it because copyrighted music. Go watch the Outlaw Star opening. It is a fucking banger. 100% recommend that. God, I got distracted just talking about My Hero Academia so much. What other ones do you say? High School of the Dead, I have watched the first episode of it, and I thought it was just kind of lame. I've seen some of the memes, like the sniper shot between the boobs, and stuff like that. I just, I don't know. High School of the Dead did nothing for me. The only bit of High School of the Dead trivia I think is really funny is that its opening was done with the Akabashi Rockets, who also did the opening to Gate, which is an anime I actually really like, and the two openings sound exactly the fucking same. Couldn't get into JoJo. I watched the first season of JoJo and I enjoyed it. I just never went on to watch any more of it. I should at some point. High School of the Dead, did the author die or did he turn out to be a pedo or something like that? Because I remember there being something that's like, oh yeah, they're never making any more of it now suddenly. Or did he just like leave? I remember something about people being, there's never going to be any more of High School of the Dead, so I wasn't sure. And with anime, it's either pedo died or fucking, I don't know, went to the dark dimension, you know? Thought it was a porn game? What what did you thought was a porn game? I used to love Space Cruiser Yamato. I'm not sure if I've ever seen the anime. I thought I've seen the live action version of it that came out like in 2010 or something like that. But I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen the original anime. I've seen like Martian Successor Nadesico, which is very similar in a lot of ways to Yamato. Space Martian Successor Nadesico, fantastic, really really good, really enjoyable. Really, if anyone hasn't seen Nadesico, I'd really recommend it. The movie, not so much. The movie is just absolute dog shit. I don't know why they made it. But the original series, Martian Successor Nadesico, is really good. At least the start of it. At the end of it got a wee bit bad, but the start of it is fantastic. Really, really good show. It's a parody anime that towards the end gets a wee bit too serious, but it's the start of it. It mimics a lot of things like Yamato. Very, very good. Captain Harlock is awful. I hated Captain Harlock. I've only seen the movie, so I don't know what the anime's like, but I genuinely disliked it because I sat there the whole time being like, Harlock's the bad guy. I don't like Harlock in any way. It's really weird that they were portraying him as like the good guy. Like, oh, he's a lovable rogue character. It's like, nice, Hitler. he's a bad guy. I don't remember why I thought that because like I haven't seen it in ages. You know, it's a CGI movie. Yeah, it's a CGI movie. I haven't seen it in ages. All I remember from it is that I hated Harlock, and I was like, he is genuinely a bad person. And I do not know why he's meant to be the hero. He's the manliest man to ever man. I understand that. He's also Hitler. Yeah, bizarre. God. What other anime should we talk about? Guys, let's talk about some more anime. We haven't done that in a while yet. Hey Justin, welcome to anime. Girls in Panzer was good. Girls in Panzer was good fun. But that's, to be fair, Girls in Panzer was always going to work out well for me because, like, I like slice of life anime, and I also really like tanks. I really like World War II tanks. So I actually really enjoy Girls in Panzer. Finale's coming out this year, isn't it? Which is like the 17th time they said they're finishing Girls in Panzer. AKB 48 is the manliest anime ever. It is a very manly anime. Robotech, never watched Robotech. I'm trying to remember if it was called, I think it was called Macros over here. I'm not sure if we also called it Robotech, but I never watched it. Because I think it was called Macros over here, because we had Macros Delta, which is like the one about idols. I watched that. But so I think it's all called Macros over here. Lisa, are you like melting over here listening to us talk about anime? Which is, I don't know what, an entirely understandable thing to melt about. Higurashi, I never watched Higurashi. I was going to play the visual novel at some point for it. I got the first one, but I haven't played it yet. But I didn't want. I was like, I don't want to watch the anime because I'd rather do the visual novels first, so the anime doesn't spoil anything. Toradora. Marathon, you are genuinely just listing anime. Record of Lotus War, watched when I was really young. I barely remember it. Toradora, I'm mixed on Toradora. If it was half the length, I think it would have been really good. I think if Toradora was half the length, it would have been really good. But it was just too much like unnecessary teenage drama to just extend it for literally no fucking reasons. I haven't watched Arslan. Steins Gate, I've never actually watched. I watched the first 2 episodes of it, and it did nothing for me. And I was like, I'm done. You know, I'm just done. Death Note, I didn't like Death Note at all. I watched it, but I didn't like it. It did nothing for me whatsoever. Marathon is probably watched all these. Yeah, I've watched a lot of anime. Like I think on my Mal I've completed over 600 anime or something like that. And I haven't even like listed more recent ones I've watched, but I've watched a lot of weird anime, a lot of like small anime, watched a lot of slice of life things that come out, during like the seasons a couple of years ago back when I was into it. I would just sit there and just like watch stuff. I understand that, Lisa. I understand that entirely. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, we're doing well here. We're doing well here. I'm slowly breaking you guys, just so like the next time I sit down and talk about anime for an hour, you'll just be like, oh well, we might as well just sit and listen. But yeah, I do need to sit down and actually watch some more anime again at some point. God, what was I saying? what was I even saying? I do not know. My brain had a reset moment there. I tend to lean now to movie animes from Studio Ghibli or stuff like Akira, Vampire Hunter Day. Yeah, a lot of people like the movie stuff because it's short and it's done. It's not like Gintama, where it's like, oh, Gintama is a fantastic anime, but it's like 600 episodes long, you know? So like a movie, it's one and done, you know? It's one. Yeah, my brain melted for a minute. Even I got out animated there. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Counts. I'm actually rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! Again recently. And Pokemon does count too, yeah. I'm actually rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. I'm watching it in times and half speed on Netflix, just fucking plowing through it. It's fairly good. It's really good. It's actually really good fun. You were saying that Vampire Hunter D is great? Vampire Hunter D is fun. I would describe it as great. Akira's great. Some Studio Ghibli movies are great. Some are really boring. If Boogie's Life were an anime, which one would it be? It'd have to be a hentai with like an ugly bastard in it. What? Oh god, what is that anime? It's Christ, what is it called? Fuck, damn it. This would really work. Excel World? Excel World, is that it? It's the only anime I can think of. It's not a one-to-one accurate representation, but Excel World is. Oh, where is it? Come here, you. If anyone's watched it, they probably have already understood know it in chat. But Excel World is this. Is this anime here? Not Excel Saga. Excel World, like accelerate. That's it there. It is about these people who enter a game, and the main character is this tiny little fat stumpy kid. the kid is a little fat stumpy kid who's constantly trying to get with this girl, but he's this little fat little goblin kid. That's all I have. I was just trying to think of like one with like a fucking little goblin guy in it. There you go. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. This is also a terrible anime. SL World is genuinely a terrible one. Look for lookism. I will look for a lookism. Oh god. Oh, lookism. Yes. Oh god, that's actually good. That's a good shout. I actually that's not okay. I'm gonna be controversial here. That's not an anime. That is a fucking Korean whatever. So it's a Korean version. That's a really good shout there. Lookism is one on it's a new one on Netflix. Where it is about a guy who is like fat and ugly and no good. Kaname, yeah, we'll go with Kaname. It's a fat, stumpy guy who everyone bullies and no one likes, but anytime he falls asleep, he wakes up as this super hot, chiseled guy. And it's about the duality of how people treat him, from him being like a fat, ugly guy to him being like the handsome guy, because he's like, oh, but I'm the same person no matter what I look like. But everyone likes him more when he's thin and handsome than when he's fat and ugly. That's a really good shout. Yeah, good work, Yumoya. That was a good call there. I haven't actually watched it yet. That's actually one I put down as being like to watch on my Netflix. And it kind of works with my recent trend of all I watch recently is fucking Korean stuff anyway. Like, so. Aye, that was a good shout. Yeah, I watched a lot of Korean stuff recently. I watched, Christ, what is it called? I've already forgotten. God damn it. Sweet Home. Has anyone watched Sweet Home? Sweet Home is a Korean show that has an interesting premise. And god damn it, I really wish I could like it more than I do. Because I genuinely struggle. Okay. So this is Sweet Home. Sweet Home, basically the same thing. So in Sweet Home, it's about this guy. He's all suicidal. So he's kind of this is our Boogie character. He is suicidal. He moves to a new place, and then weird shit starts happening. Crazy woman shows up, bleeding from the nose. Weird contortion stuff. Weird monster creatures appear suddenly and start attacking them. The CGI in many ways is absolutely fucking awful. Oh god, this thing especially. Boogie appears in this sequence. Where is he? Is he here? Look at him go. Here's Boogie. Chunk, 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 chunk. This is my favorite monster. He is called Protein. He just wants to eat, and he just chases people around trying to eat them. Do I watch any Chinese stuff? Like movie-wise, I watched Warriors of Future and Shanghai Fortress recently, but no like Chinese TV shows. I just watched those two movies recently. Sweet Home is bizarre. I watched the first 3 episodes of it, and it didn't. I think it was the first 3. Yeah, the first 3 episodes, and it did nothing for me at all. It did nothing for me at all. But then the next 2, like episodes 4 and 5, really hooked me then, and then it got pretty good. And then towards the end, it just shit the bed. Totally went fucking awful. Like genuinely dog shit right at the end again. So I'm really not sure. Because I wanted to do a breakdown of All of Us Are Dead. Have I seen the autistic Korean lawyer? I have not. Sounds very specific. Is it Vincenzo? Because he's like a mafia lawyer. I know that much. Apartment flats with zombies. Mama, you're probably talking about #Alive, where there's a guy stuck in an apartment with zombies outside. At least that's what I think you're talking about. #Alive is very, very good. It's a very, very good movie. But I wanted to do a review. Is that Korean? Yes, it is. #Alive is Korean. Sweet Home is Korean. I wanted to do All of Us Are Dead. All of Us Are Dead is All of Us Are Dead is it's similar as like Train to Busan, all that malarkey. It's zombies show up in school, infection starts to spread out, blah blah blah. Everyone goes crazy, starts killing each other. It was very, very popular. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Ah, look at her go. Meow. I fucking forgot about that. It's so funny. God damn it, I forgot how funny that was. It's this character actually is a interesting character. She was kind of one of my favorites, and then they didn't really do anything with her because, of course, they don't. It's a hard show because it was one of those ones where like the first 4 or 5 episodes of it were fantastic. And then, in my opinion, it went to shit. A lot of people really like this show. But it went to shit. Like, a lot of the decisions they made later on are really dumb and really, really don't fucking work. They're really dumb and they really don't work. And there's some really interesting bits. Like seeing like initial police response, seeing military response and stuff like that. Really interesting. How the kids handle a lot of it at the start. Really interesting. But the show goes fucking sideways. And I ended up absolutely hating the show. It was disappointed me because I like Korean zombies. Koreans are the only people who know how to do zombies in any way recently. And the characters... You quickly grew, like there's like a lot of characters, but you very quickly grew to actually like get to know them. Get to like them. They're interesting enough. I like this guy. He's like a detective. Like I haven't seen this in ages. And I can still like remember a lot of the characters and I can tell you bits and pieces. I still remember certain scenes. Like just looking at them, I can remember scenes from it. You know? I can remember, I look at the character, I remember exactly when this happens in it. This exact shot, I remember it. Because it's a memorable show. But it's just not very good. Hello, Heat. How are you? There's a second season coming. So I was thinking about doing a breakdown of the first season. They fucked me sideways. The zombies fucked me sideways. I was so disappointed in them. I was thinking about doing like a breakdown for it before the second season comes out. Sounds like Walking Dead. Exactly. There's very few zombie shows that can last long enough. Walking Dead ruined itself because very quickly the zombies weren't a threat anymore. In this, the zombies still are a threat, but I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a new threat, and it's just dumb, and it's not interesting, and I was like, I fucking hate that. Yes, everyone thwack the like button. Fuck's sake. Yes, okay. So, I think we're probably about done here. I've rambled away. About 2.5 hours in. I've done a fair amount of rambling. We had some very good times. Like this Christmas video, Boogie, fantastic. Really good, really good. The first Boogie video in a very long time to get a thumb up from me. But his best games of the year was just the worst thing I've ever experienced. Heat, yeah, unfortunately we are finishing up here, dude. But yes, guys, is there anything else you want to ask me? Anything else you want to say? Or anything like that? If not, I nearly finished my beer. And that's going to be us. I'm going to head off. I am planning on doing... characters got so stupid. In Walking Dead, I also in this, the characters start acting fucking just so dumb in this as well. So yes, I am going to head off here. I would like to do another stream on Saturday, probably. I might do another stream on Saturday night. It really depends, because I want to have my Boogie, like, year review thing. It's just going to be a wee short thing, a wee fun thing. Just I'm going to watch all his YouTube videos and pick like a highlight of every month to talk about quickly, and then I hope to have that done for Saturday, and then I'm going to schedule to release it on Christmas night, so people have a thing to watch for Christmas if they for some reason are bored and want to watch my shit on Christmas. So I'm going to do that, okay? So yeah, if I get that done quick enough, I might do a quick wee short stream on Christmas Eve. You know, might as well. Why not? It'll be good fun. Be good fun for everyone. So yes, guys, I'm gonna head off here. Thank you all so much for coming. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you all enjoyed the Christmas movie talk, and I hope you all were able to suffer through the anime talk at the very least. But yes, guys, I'm gonna head on here. So thank you very much for coming. Have fun. Take care of yourselves. If I don't see you before then. Have you seen FG going off on? Haven't seen the newest video. I'm probably gonna watch that a wee bit later on. But yes, guys. Have fun. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Love you all. Love you. Love you guys. Be parasocial together. Alright, guys. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.